Yeah, I've been running and running to keep it 100, it's all that I wanted. But lately I don't get the stomach. The higher the summit, the harder the plummet. They know me all over this planet. I'm just a man and I can't understand it. Proud that I win and I did it myself. Probably wouldn't if I got the help. Hearing subliminals all in myself. Feel like I'm breaking, I'm falling to hell. Told me I'm sick and I tell her, oh well. Rather be dead than to know that I failed. Live for the chase, life is a race. I'm out of space, I'ma get on my face. I got a taste, want the whole plate. Finna get laced if you step out of place. Like, first off, you don't run nothing. All talking, your team bluffing. My squad, we all dream crushing. We ain't rushing, no discussion. All I know is us made for this. Paid for this, yeah, slave for this. Get them down and I'ma get it right. Get on sight like. Get down and I'ma get it right. Get on sight like. And I'ma get it right, dead on sight like. Never really know when you're gonna go. Why you gotta put another foot in front of yours. Bury them toes, carry them close. I was never one to care about my mentos. I was like froze, now I'm on floor. Give me that smoke, but I can't get high. We do the most, here to inspire. Doing what I'm supposed, but I can't get tired. Run for your life every night. See in the dark, blind by the light. I got the spark, I got the pipes. All of my arts coming to life. Had to face my fears while I chase my peers, and I found my spot. About time that I found myself. I've been out here walking that walk. Like, first off, you don't run nothing. All talking, your team bluffing. My squad, we all dream crushing. We ain't rushing, no discussion. All I know is I was made for this. Paid for this, yeah, slave for this. Been down and I'ma get it right. Dead on sight like. First off, you don't run nothing. All talking, your team bluffing. My squad, we all dream crushing. We ain't rushing, no discussion. All I know is I was made for this. Paid for this, yeah, slave for this. Been down and I'ma get it right. Dead on sight like. Down and I'ma get it right. Dead on sight like. Down and I'ma get it right. Dead on sight like.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. We are doing this stream early. I know if you're popping in, you're like, what's going on? Isn't this supposed to be happening in about an hour? We did it early because yesterday was BlizzCon. I wanted to stream BlizzCon and take a look at all the things happening with BlizzCon. However, we did miss out a little bit of time with our duels, and I don't want you guys to miss out duels this week. We only do them over the weekend, right? That's like the best time for me, best time for you guys. So we are going to be streaming a lot longer. We are going to be doing EU as well as NA today. So I'm going to need you to figure out how can so I just want to make sure that I'm actually recording these just so these can go on the channel. But hopefully I should be able to figure it out with Nvidia Shadowplay. As long as I can do that, we're in a good spot. You know what I mean? So hopefully you boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. We got ourselves XSO, we got NAG, we got Chill, we got JSS, and we'll probably have people crowding in here a little by little. We are starting earlier though. WoW TBC 5V5 POC. Can you do 5V5 in TBC? I don't. Can you? Was 5v5 a thing in TBC? You know what? Wait, that actually would be cool. You know, I wouldn't be against that if we actually could do 5v5 1v1 duels in TBC. That actually would be so... We will need to test it when beta comes out. When we get beta, and hopefully they'll let us level to max level. Either way, I'll level to max level in the beta, and hopefully a lot of you guys will as well. Hopefully they'll let us start at like 58 or whatever and just level. But if you can get a bunch of people to level to max level, we could see if invite spectator macro will work. Can't wait to do this 5v5 on zero sleep. Chill, you've been grinding arenas, haven't you, dude? Haven't you, my mans? Yo, Frost DKs are slapping it out of the park right now, dude. They are actually insane. But let's try to see if we can get some duels together. Let me bring up both EU and NA, and we'll try to get some duels going, boys. What's up, Belly? What's up, Chill? What's up, Chicago? How you boys all doing? Welcome back, welcome back. Kowalski, my man, how you doing? Status report. Back in the days, there was a 5v5 arena. Really? Well, I wonder if the macro will work, because if the macro for 5v5 1v1s works, then we could do a TBC 5v5 1v1s as well. Like if the invite spectator match works, because they are, I mean, what they're doing to make TBC, like how they did vanilla, is they basically took the current WoW, or like I think Mr. Pandari version of WoW, and just kind of downgraded things backwards and like made everything function like as if it was classic. They didn't just take like the code of somebody with classic WoW that was running the private servers. They took like a stable version of WoW and kind of like backed it up a bit, you know, models back, UI scale back, you know, so it functions just like classic. So I wonder if they will do the same thing, and probably are going to do the same thing for TBC. Because you know, they basically have all the assets to make it work. But if there's functionality of invite spectator match as part of TBC that somehow makes it in, and as long as they don't scrub it out of there, we could actually have the duels. So that would be very, very interesting, actually. What's up, user? What's up, hands up? What's up, boys? How y'all doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah. So let me just stop talking for a bit and try to see if I can figure this out on EU and NA. Right? Let me just log on the two characters we have for the EU duels and NA duels, and I might have to do it with a weird like screen capture on OBS, but hopefully it'll work. Let me first log into EU, make sure that it works. So Control Alt F12 to use a GeForce overlay. Now the question with GeForce overlay, there's a way to turn it on and off. How do you turn it on and off? Like to toggle it. Capture, no. Record, no. Toggle on and off while broadcasting. Alt 5? Is that what it is? Hold on, let me test it. Okay, let me test it. Hold on, Alt 5. Alt 5. Okay, I need to figure out a macro for that, because if I can use that, if I can make a keybind for it, where I can toggle it on and off. Toggle overlay on and off while broadcasting. Was it Control Alt 5? Control F11? No. Okay, so for some reason it does not capture Alt. For one reason or another. Can I do Shift Control? Shift 11. Okay. I'll have a Control. Alt 11 does something. Okay. So can you do this? No. Okay, that does something else. So I'm basically trying to find a way to turn it on and off for the like 5-minute recording or the actual recording. Basically disable the actual overlay. Open closing game overlay. Filters record. Instant replay on and off. Is that what you do? Hold on. Control Alt Shift 11. Yes, okay, we found it. Okay, we found the thing I was looking for. Alrighty, then we can actually do this. Okay, so we're logging into the EU duels on the EU character, and we'll also go and log into NA at the same time, because we can be online at the same time, because it's technically 2 different accounts. So we're gonna try to see if we can get some duels up and running for both EU and NA today, boys. And hopefully with this toggle, we might be able to actually record both of them. Okay, so now you're seeing this. And I'll log into the Dal spectator or Dal Edge Boy on here, so we can do our duels. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can get it set up. My friend did carry my gear. Oh, you didn't get nothing? But at least you got a key though, man. That's awesome. Oh, the Warcraft. I have no idea what you said. Hands up. What's the best rogue spec? All of them are pretty good. Which one are you interested in playing? EU on Saturday. EU. We're doing both EU and NA. That's what we're trying to do. So look. So when I tab, can I tab? Yes, I can. Okay. So I'm on EU right now. Then I'm on an A. And you see this little dial up here? That means it's recording. So right now it's recording the EU duels. So if I want to switch to NA duels, I tap it twice. And now it's recording NA duels. So now we can go and record both of them. Yeah, this works out pretty well. So boys, we're trying to get some duels up and running today over on the EU and NA. EU, anybody ready? Is there any group available right now for some 5v5 1v1 duels? Also NA, same story with you guys. Is there anybody available for 5v5 1v1 duels? First come, first serve, man, is what we'll do. First come, first serve. And also it looks like Wandering Ancient is going to be available 905. 905 patch update, and it will be next month. Wait, what? We'll have Wandering Ancient in 905 update, and we'll be in, and that'll be next month. So we'll tell the exact day, but you'll probably guess pretty close. But we want to make sure the patch is ready to put out. Okay, cool. So we get in the tree man later. That's pretty cool. Night King, need to, and we're good to go. All right, it sounds good, my man. Sounds good. Let me shrink my UI real quick. I don't need to do it for both. The shrink of UI. Cracker, are you ready, my man? You got a 5-man in there? We just need a +1, man. Cracker got a group. We just need another one on EU, or we need Night King and somebody on NA to get a duels group up and running, boys. So, if you're just tuning in, and I'm probably going to have to repeat myself multiple times, since I'm going to have to do that. I'm pop refreshing Dr. Pepper. Dude, it's been so long since I've actually had a soda. Yesterday was the first time in a long while that I had Dr. Pepper, and damn, does that taste good. Oh, wow. I forgot how good soda tastes, man. I had a really bad stomach thing, and I was just completely took out spicy food and soda. Got 4, need a +1. And on the NA, we also don't have enough people, but it's okay. We have duels up early, boys, so we can get all the NA and EU duels out of the way. We'll be doing both regions. But if y'all popping in, thank you so much for joining the stream. We're going to be doing today's duels a little bit different. We're starting an hour early, a whole hour early, so we'll be chilling, hanging out with the boys over on the EU as well as NA. So we'll be doing the duels on both regions at the same time, so hopefully you guys will join in for us. When I pop this in, does it know which? Oh, okay, so what I can do is I can basically switch my WoW and I pop it to window game, and it now captures the game. Oh, that works out. So we're gonna get performance out of this, but also the recording capability for both EU and NA. That works out really well. That works out really well, dude. Really well. Are both my characters the same spot? They really are. Look at that, dude. You got the stairs here, and NA, you got people. EU, it's like dead central, man. Nobody's hanging out. Maybe it's Argent Dawn, so most people would be on, like, I don't know, Moonguard, Goldshire. You never really know, dude. You never really know. Oh, there's one guy. But everybody's probably sleeping, bro. They sleeping. Don't be sleeping on the lines on an A though, man. NA's around. Have a question about PTR. You need to have a legendary crafted on live search to get the PTR. Not anymore. Data the vendor. I'll make a video on PTR stuff and what you can do there for like PTR testing. I'll make a video on it, I think, tonight, because I think a lot of you guys will find it useful to test out legendaries. Plus, you also got class changes as well. Go to Group of Valley Boys. Come to queue. Do we? Plus. Oh, okay. We got ourselves Shadow Storm and Krager first up for the duels of the day. Let's get him going there. Krager and Shadow Storm. Hashtag, what is it? 2739954. Hopefully that is good enough. Showing people need it on you. Perfect, boys. Perfect. Yeah, if you guys got a group, let me know. Whisper me in real ID if you already have me added, or if you need to have me added. Dalaran hashtag 1240. Let me know. Anyone on the profile of Monster, if you're a warrior, featured here a bunch. Know the profile of Kragar, the man, the legend himself? Yeah, I think we do. His name is in Russian, but if you can deal with a Cyrillic keyboard for like 2 seconds, you'll be able to look it up. Yeah, boy. You know what I mean? I really think we should have some of the dudes that come to duels regular. I feel like we need to have like a... We get so many questions of like, yo, what's their like armory? I want to peep what the build they're running. You know what I mean? I feel like we need to find a way to connect you guys with some of those dudes. I don't want to be like... I don't want to basically make it like... I don't want to make it like... I don't know. Like a way for you guys to just like message them, because maybe some of them don't want to be messaged and stuff, you know what I mean? Maybe they just want to have privacy. They just pop into the duels and they just want to do duels and they don't really want to answer questions, which, you know, perfectly fine. You know, if they were all streamers, which some of them are really, then I think I have no problem answering. Krager does stream though, so if you look up Krager Warrior Fury PvP on YouTube, he streams on YouTube as well as on Twitch. So I'm pretty sure he can... Krager knows a bit of English. I'm pretty sure he can answer your questions to some extent. You know what I mean? Yo, Krager, Shadow, I don't think it's working. So we're going to try to requeue you guys, okay? We're going to try to requeue you two. See if we can get one in. Shadow Storm joined weekly quest. Wait, is this a different Shadow Storm? It is a different Shadow Storm. Why are there two Shadow Storms? Is it on EU first? It's EU and NA, boys. We have both versions of WoW running. We got ourselves NA available, and we got Night King trying to put a group together. And if you guys want to make a group on NA, like Chicago, for example, or Pink T-Rex if you're around, man, you guys are more than welcome to. But we got a EU group as well. We got Krager and Shadow Storm trying to queue against each other. It looks like we're going to re-queue them. Maybe we had a bug. Maybe they're part of the same group. If they're part of the same group, which it doesn't look like they are, because well, otherwise it wouldn't let me queue, then it would work. Yo, Shadow or Kragar, one of you guys' groups is not working properly. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who's who. The group is that, but yeah, something's just not working, fam. I don't know if you guys want to figure it out or not. We streamed yesterday, Dalaran. Yes, we did. We streamed the BlizzCon yesterday. We streamed BlizzCon to see what other, some new stuff we'll have. A lot of it was spoiled with the spoilers that got leaked. But yeah, but there's some stuff that we did not know about, like some of the bosses for some of the dungeons. It looks like 9.1. They don't have anything concrete about it yet. We'll have a lot more info later, but they do want to do a lot of cool things, like redo honor talents and stuff. Take out some honor talents that nobody ever really uses. You know, adjust stuff. What's up, Raslan? How you doing, my man? Hey, everyone. What's up, Blue Eyed Wanderer? How you doing, my dude? Throwing people on the line, so you needed. Perfect. Yo, Shadow. I don't know what's going on with your group, man. I think it's because usually Krager's group is we never have issues with Kragar, but Shadow, I don't really know, man. Is something going on there, my dude? Is something happening there, my friend? We can try again. It's not queuing to Shadow. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's Krager, actually. Could be Krager. Oh. Do you think it'll rework how Sub Rogue is at the moment, or do you think they'll haven't touched it since they're pretty good in PvP though? I don't think they'll touch Sub Rogues. They're pretty good in PvP. What on challenge would you like to see, Dal? I don't know what on challenge I would want to see, but just something new, because there's a lot of on challenge that classes, like even like look at the Hunter, I guess. Is there on challenge that nobody plays ever? Survival tactics, I feel like it's not as good because of a Lego, but it's still a good one, I guess. But it's just you feel like a legend does more than this. Some of this MS legendary is pretty good. Explosive trap could be good. The dragon skill armor could be pretty good, right? But like, does anybody run Rage's finesse ever? Does anybody really run like hunting pack? You know, that's some of the ones that I think could be totally swapped out. Like Roller Sacrifice is good, but like, does people run Corporate Sting? Like, is that actually someone regular ran? I know Spirate Stone sometimes gets some plays. right? I feel like some of these could be combined together, right? I feel like some of them could be combined together because it feels like there's so many cool choices, but you only get 3. So if maybe some of them were to combine together, like Dragon Scale Armor and like, I don't know, Ranger's Finesse, like if that was just one, where with Ranger's Finesse you get cooldown reduction for acceleration and you take less dot damage, that could be more interesting of a choice, right? Because you get a 2-in-1. It says we're in queue, but you probably are in LFG, boys. Make sure you are out of LFG. All right, Kragar, Shadowstorm, leave queue, boys. Leave any queues you have, and we'll try to requeue in 30 seconds. Finally able to catch you on my day off. What's up, Tyron? Hey, my man. Yo, enjoy the duels, my guy. We're gonna try to do something weird. We're gonna try doing EU and NA duels at once. So we got both regions available, looking for people. Night King, Chill Pills got a group up and running. He needs 2 more on Alliance, and we need more people on NA for a group. But otherwise, we got 2 groups ready, Kragar and Shadowstorm over in EU with Belly. Belly got a 4-man group. Yo, if Belly gets a group, we might just have to do Kragar and Belly instead of Shadowstorm. Let's do Kragar and Shadowstorm again. Let's see if it works this time. We're with our queue now. Okay, cool. Blades Edge Arena. Something bugged out, I guess. I'm gonna guess that's all that happened. Night King is ready. We just need a +1, man. Night King, we just need a +1. We need another group over on the NA, boys, so we can get an NA duel going. But for now, we'll do that EU duel to start us off with. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Lean Bean? Killing Machine? All right, let me get the music up and running here. The duels mix, dude. This song ain't bad, but I don't know if it's part of the duels mix that we usually do. Ooh, start off with a chill? Nah. That's a pretty good one. We can start with this one. All right, switch. We got ourselves team 1 with, we got ourselves Crag. Ooh, what's up? What happened to Kragar? What'd you do with him? That's not the real Kragar, is it? Is the Kragar grow alliance now? We got Kragar as the dwarf apparently. We got ourselves Shaken as the Shadow Priest with Mary. We got ourselves Spec Dues. We're gonna call him Spec with Calderi. Wait, what's his name? Speed Cues. Is that what it is? Speed Cues? Where's the team washed up? We got ourselves on that team vibing with Advo. Gonna be first up versus Mary, dropping down the Tyrant. Looks like the Tyrant is gonna do some damage. Mary might have to bubble. The Shield of Vengeance should be able to keep him alive. Maybe Advo might do the back out of the ass. That is a Paladin, loading up some big damage. That Tyrant still continued to clap up though, doing quite a bit of damage. Turn Evil coming out from Mary, trying to see if he might be able to survive through the pet onslaught as flashlights are coming out. So Rod from another side of Advo. That was quite a lot of damage. Mary did not burn a bubble. Super low on health either way though. How does he get a low health? Wait, a legendary proc for him. He's running a defensive tank legendary where he gets like a 50% damage reduction and maybe a heal when you drop super low on health on a 45-second cooldown. I wonder if we'll see that legendary a lot in these deals. It's going to be Hannah Goldar coming out for Adba versus Mary. Reflective ability case goes for a Hodge. It's going to be a board as the wings activate for the Paladin. He's looking to fly away with some massive damage as Adva is hiding away from the Paladin onto the bridge like a troll, but it's actually just a big old green orc. Summoning pets up versus Mary, trying to see if he might be able to deal with him, and the damage is going to be Mortal Call onto Mary as Ava trying to get some damage up and running. It's going to be Imps on the side cast, and Mary surrounded by the pets, looking to chase after Advo. Either way though, he's not letting him go anywhere. Massive Hodge onto the Warlock, does stun Mary, forcing a trinket out of Mary. Seraphim available with real wings up and running. Advo popping and wall, trying to see if he can wall off the damage from Mary. Is going to get the fear without a trinket available for the Paladin. Hoping to see him while the Seraphim as well as wings are up, waiting for that crown above his head to go away. And as soon as it does, he still has a crown as a Mog, but there's a crown and a massive hammer that comes up every time you use Seraphim. And I think like armor bits, like floating armor bits. I need to take a look at it next time. But Adva looking to get the hell away from Mary. Fear's trying to make it happen. Shadowbolt's coming out instead. Mortal Call onto Mary with someone, a Vile Fiend with a Fear right after onto the boy Mary. On that team too, we actually also have in the back Spike Covet as well as Milpro. B, is it Feral? Yo, Milpro, could I ask you something? Washed up. Could you ask him to get out of cat from and out of stealth unless he's dueling? Thank you so much, fam. Appreciate you. Because I think he does have leader of the pack, because most Ferals do. And now we'll be getting Adva quite a bit of healing. But for the sake of having it like a true 1-in-1 or as close to a true 1-in-1, yeah, there you go, my man. Gonna be a port for Ad, but try to get away from Mary ASAP. Just trying to see if he can tussle out of there, dude. Trying to pedal those feet. Fear onto Mary. It looks like Ad is kind of stalling this duel a little bit, trying to wait for some cooldowns, I think. Because he needs a big setup versus Mary. He needs to make sure Mary is in line to side of all those pets. Does go for a stun from the pet. It looks like Mary was going to turn around and get out of there. More to call as Mary does dip kind of low. There goes a big defensive. That goes double heal for Mary. Trying to go for as much healing as possible. Wide defensive Guardian and Ancient Kings comes out. 50% damage reduction for a very short moment. But I think during burst it could be really, really good. Although I guess Advo, he doesn't really go for burst ever. He just like sustain damages you. Tricket does get burned by the Warlock. And Mary's looking for a little bit of a flash of light to recuperate himself. While Adam is just chilling for now. Just chilling. Waiting for the opportunity to strike. Or actually just run away instead. As we're heading towards that 4-minute mark very, very soon. Fear by Addo trying to get set up. Seraphim available for Mary, but looks like the Fear is going to run in the other direction. Does go for final verdict. Mortal Call into Mary. Has Seraphim for a little bit longer, but looks like the Warlock is just going to see him completely. Complete and utter crowd control by the Warlock instead. Gonna be kind of tough for Mary to come back here with that. That was Seraphim burn. He does still have his wings and everything available. Bubble's still available. Massive Tyrant being summoned up. Can Mary deal with the Tyrant? Does not let inside the Tyrant. Does that thing does get stopped by the Wake of Ashes. Might give him an opportunity to actually get some damage in there. Looks like it's going to be another Fear trying to get set up by Advo. Mary does miss the Fear. Miss the kick on Fear. Shield of Vengeance available. It looks like Advo is going to get that stun up and running. Try to see if he can burn through Shield of Vengeance. That is still wings for Mary. That is a lot of survivability. Advo taking quite a bit of hits though. Just those hammers. While wings are up, just empowers him with so much jammies. More to call onto Mary. Doesn't Advo catch up on healing a little bit. Big old drain onto Mary to follow, but looks like Mary isn't going to be bent over backwards just like this by a Warlock just yet. It's going to play until the dampener comes up, and now we're looking for a port. After that, reflect. Look, he's playing it super carefully. He's just trying to keep his mobility, keep his range away from Mary, because he knows if Mary even gets to touch him, game's over. Mary does have the massive advantage against this spec of Warlock, though. There is pets for him to generate holy power off of, and they're always nearby since they have to be in melee attacking him. Average setting up a soul rot. Could this be maybe decent damage here if he goes for a stun? Maybe could be enough. Mary does not have a shield of vengeance or nothing, but looks like I think the legendary should be available. It is only 45-second cooldown. It is 50% damage reduction, but against Warlock for like, you're not really stopping a Chaos Bolt. I feel like I'm stopping a Chaos Bolt versus some Warlock pet damage will be one thing. Does drop him into a Mortal Call, almost getting the legendary to proc. Does he get it here? Looks like Mary is going to get himself some kind of holy power building up. There goes the wave just popping out of nowhere. Trying to see if he can catch up. It looks like the legendary was not available just yet. I guess it is longer than 45 seconds, or maybe you got to get into like 20% health, percentile health, 20% or so. Arrow played it as super carefully as it can. Setting up maybe a port. Going to be a Tyrant. That's going to be Mary actually getting out of that stun. Going to be a big port for the Warlock. Has the gateway if he needs to ever move back. Mary is actually able to avoid him quite a bit. That Tyrant is not getting any kind of casting. They're trying to stop casting at Mary, but looks like he's not going to be able to get any damage in. Advo playing it very defensive. Summon up more demons while he's at it. And we are hitting into that 7% dampener, boys. 6 minutes in. More to call. And Advo is waiting to get himself even more damage. Mary's defense does proc, try to go for as much healing while it's up. And there goes the Seraphim wings available. Hodjo into Advo, does have a chicken for it. Big damage, final verdict, walls available. Gonna be a bomb for Mary. Is gonna get hit by that Fear unless he can rebuke it. It does not rebuke the Fear. And looks like Advo is going to be able to CC Mary out of those cooldowns. And Wade does go for a stun a little early. It still has a blessing of protection though, stopping that stun. It looks like Mary should be a-okay. No stuns, but the pets are doing quite a bit of damage. If Advo can somehow get the pets to ramp up just a little bit, this is a perfect opportunity to have a Tyrant up, but we're not going to be seeing one for 30 more seconds. Advo also does not have a trinket, so Mary could take advantage of this. Stopping Mary before he gets too close. Probably going to hit him with a Fear right after that Mortal Coil. Potentially. Bit of a back and forth between the two for now. Trying to get someone Vile Fiend up and running with a Shadow Bolt to follow. That should be quite a bit of damage from the Warlock. Fear onto Mary. Drain life coming out right after. And it looks like we're just a little bit of a standstill. Mary not going down just yet. Shield of Vengeance available. Got a Hodjo to Advo. Does not have a trinket for it. Big proc with a toll, but looks like Advo did have a decent enough survivability there. It looks like the proc didn't really hit Advo, but still, with all those pets around, that is a lot of holy power to generate. And Mary's still setting in that bubble for now. Final verdict coming out, using it very, very early. Hand of Freedom, trying to see if he can walk into Advo, as Advo does have plenty of mobility. Hand of Hindrance coming down to try to slow down the Warlock. Mortal Coil is there to separate him from the Pala. Hits him with a Curse of Exhaustion as Hand of Freedom is down for now. Mary does have a big old lightning around him. Just Super Saiyan mode wings available anytime he really needs them. Gonna be a fear by Advo onto Mary yet again. Just keeping the Paladin at a reach, just at a hand's reach. Mary does have a chicken back up. Tyrant looks like it might be coming out. Stun into Mary. Does he have a second stun? Gonna be chicken for Mary as wings do get popped. Trying to avoid the Warlock's pets as best as he can. It looks like Advo's burst is going to be kind of thrown out unless Mary ends up kind of putting himself in the line of sight of that Tyrant. He's going to get slaughtered by the other pets. But the Tyrant nowhere to be found, so that is good for him. Center around the corner, Advo again playing it super carefully against the Pala. As we are hitting into 20% dampening, maybe at the 20% dampening he might be able to make something work. Fear to follow up. It looks like he needs to wait until his cooldown's a backup. No Tyrant for a while. I feel like he could whittle down Mary as dampening is creeping in, because for Mary that self-healing is going to get slower and slower, worse and worse over time. So maybe he could do something where he could just whittle him down if he is constant in line of sight. But whenever he is LOSing, Mary has perfect opportunity to recover a little bit of health, generate some holy power, generate some combo points from the Paladin side of things. Stun onto Mary with that second pet. Could go for a double stun here, actually. Does he go for a double stun? Double stun, I think, has been used. Shield of Vengeance being used by Mary. Port for Advo, trying to get the hell out of there. Has a trinket in case Mary goes in for a hodge, trying to recuperate some of the health of the pet. Fear onto Mary before he can do much about it. Mary not without a trinket right now. And Adro is going to blast him through that Shield of Vengeance. Mary finally taking a little bit of damage here. Reflect available in case he goes in for a hodge. Looks like Mary either went for a hodge and DR'd it, or he decided against the hodge. I guess we'll find out soon if he hodges him sometime soonish. Warlock port set up for Advo in case Mary jumps after him. Has a ways out every single time. He always makes sure to leave a plan B anytime he's dueling a Paladin by the looks of it. Try to see if he can get a Vial Fiend up and running. Stun from a distance. Got more pets rolling. And there goes the port hanging out next to the gateway in case he needs to. And Mary just having to run miles after Advo over and over. Hopefully he got his running shoes on. Fear onto Mary right after. Summon Tyrant trying to come out for Advo Soul Rod right after. And that should be quite a bit of damage. If Mary does not create some line of sight, well, just the Tyrant, this could be a lot of damage. Tyrant got a couple of casts in there. Mary, before this cast really ramp up, decided, you know what, let's create some line of sight opportunity. Advo, not willing to push in at all, though. Tyrant tried to see if he can get an angle onto the Paladin. Looks like he can't either. But Advo is not willing to push in hardcore at the Paladin whatsoever. He'd rather create as much line of sight as possible. Going to be Mary tricking it out as he's sponsored next to Advo. Seraphim available as the stun comes out into another fear. Does Mary burn a bubble here? He does not. He's holding on to the crown, but he can't really make that crown do much for him. The massive hammer ready to swing, but I don't think he can really do much off of that. The port available for Advo looks like he's going to take it immediately. Again, trying not to get touched by the Paladin at all. He knows that the burst of the Paladin is quite huge, especially with Seraphim. So he treats Seraphim basically as if it's wings, which I think might be the best way to do it. Fear the pets? Damn. Yo, actually Paladins can fear the pets. I don't think that's a bad idea. If Mary can pre-set up a fear onto a pet, you might be in a good spot where the pet can stun him. That actually might be something Paladins might have to implement when dueling Warlocks, because the amount of mobility Advo has, Warlocks just have no mobility, but now that they have Port, Soul Shape as a Night Fae, it just gives you so much maneuverability. Mary getting caught in a stun, almost dropping low actually. Looks like Advo did get him in a good position with all those pets to try to see if he can kind of just whittle him down. Very much sustained damage over time setup, which is working out for him pretty well. Fear onto Mary right after Advo. Again, still not willing to push in. He has Advo in a good spot. I mean, Mary in a good spot, but he's not willing to push in at all. He's waiting out until a good opportunity. I believe that might have been a final verdict that could have missed. I don't know if it hit Advo. Unless Advo had a little bit of that shield, which might have been that absorbed all the damage. Hand of Hindrance onto Advo. So this is Mary with a Hand of Freedom. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna fear you. If I'm either gonna fear you to get you out of there for your CDs. Bob coming out for Mary to get out of the stun. Hodge to Advo. Does he have the damage here available? Mary does not have the wings, but finally able to get some sustained damage onto Advo. Mortal Coil does get Mary to run down ramp, trying to get a Tyrant up and running. It is Mary gonna run. Looks at Shield of Vengeance is holding on strong. The Tyrant is gonna break the Shield of Vengeance. Advo does blink away from him. Does go for the stun on all the pets. Seraphim is activated. Trying to to catch up on healing, but that Seraphim is better used for damage. It looks like he's just gonna have to wait it out completely. 12 minutes in this duel, 44% damper, 45% damper. These guys have been going in for a while, huh? I think it's Advo. I feel like Advo could have just ended this game like a million years ago, but he's just not willing to push up against a Paladin. He wants to win against a Paladin. If he plays recklessly, I don't think it's going to help him. Chicken for chicken, getting burned, and Mary tried to get some procs happening. Advo poured it out of there immediately. It looks like Mary either meant to go under to create some line of sight, maybe catch up on health while he has it. But I feel like Advo has this under control this whole time. I feel like he should have been the winner like a year ago. Got AFK kicked. That's unfortunate, Lucas. Yeah, make sure you guys are moving around if you're in arena, especially if it's one of the long ones. Make sure you're actually moving your character, otherwise you are going to get booted out of there. Stun onto Mary. Does he have the damage here? Tyrant not available, but maybe could have not sustained. That is 2 fell guards available. Double stun into Mary as he had to take all the damage to the face. Try to see if he can line of sight and kite the pets around the corner behind a line of sight. Advo again could push in. I don't know if Advo is running an interrupt. Actually, maybe he's not running the interrupt, because more normal warlocks have a interrupt where you summon a fell hound and it interrupts enemy immediately. And I feel like if Advo just pushed up at him, interrupted Mary at a right opportunity, it could put him in a bad situation where Mary could be face to face with Advo, turn around and make the damage happen, but it would end the duel. But I think the dampening, I think Advo just wins based on dampening alone, doesn't he? Damn. Spike Corvette? Unfortunate, boys, unfortunate. Let's see another game Spike, I guess. Oh, the hammer on the back of your horse kind of looks like the Seraphim hammer, except like a shorter version, huh? Does this Seraphim hammer exist? Does this hammer actually exist anywhere in the game, or is it just there for like, for show? I wonder. Are they just like waiting out? It's like a Mexican standoff. They're just kind of waiting for each other to make a move. Advo just continue to summon pets as best as he can, but looks like Mary is gonna poke out, maybe get a judgment in there, but then just kind of chilling afterwards. I think Mary might actually have to go for like a really risky play if you have to take out Advo, because the kites from this warlock are nutty. Survivability is getting low to at 58% dampening. Like, survivability is going to be a little questionable after a while. But maybe we're just going to wait until he might be able to get all the cooldowns together and then throw everything in the kitchen sink at Advo. We don't really know. I guess we'll just have to wait, boys. Damn. At least I got a soda to enjoy myself, boys. What's up, Joffrey? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Hope you're chilling, my dude. 5V, that sounds good, Sai. We'll try to get you in there immediately. Am I still live on NA, or am I DC'd? Okay, I want to make sure I'm not actually AFK on NA. Here we go. I don't know what that will look like in recording. Hopefully not too weird. I know you guys can see everything. Mary not willing to make a move, man. He's just waiting. So is Advo. Yeah, we're just in the standoff, dude. I guess waiting until the dampening. Boys, try not to fall asleep. I know EU likes to do this a lot, but try not to fall asleep. Gold team to be chilling hard, though. Gold team? Which one is the gold team? I guess Advo will be part of the gold team, huh? With the washed up, vibing. I guess there is like a little circle around their character icons, right? The class icons, gold and purple. Yeah, I never thought about it like that. I always thought like it should be like, what is it, green and yellow teams? I guess they made him purple and yellow to make it easier to distinguish, maybe. Tyrant coming out for Advo. He's trying to get her stun onto Mary around the corner. Is Tyrant going to have enough damage here? Looks like Advo is pushing in, trying to see if he can end the duel right there. Shield advantage for Mary does not hold long because of such high dampening at 16 minutes. It looks like Advo actually blinking next to him. Mary porting right next to him. Hits him with a mortal coil, chasing him with some demon bolts. Another stun for Mary right after, bubbles it. After the stun is over, just trying to make sure he's surviving. And Advo actually forced every good defensive out of Mary. Blessing of Protection is the only thing that's coming up soon, but Advo can still deal with a Blessing of Protection, setting the pet in immediately so he can get the Mortal Strike onto Mary, and Mary avoiding where the Warlock is as much as he can. Is going to get himself another Curian Potion rolling, but it looks like the Curian Potion is heavily reduced to 72% dampening. Advo could push in. Maybe he's waiting for the cooldown. If he can somehow reflect a Hodge back to Mary, he'll be in a great spot. Bob coming out for Mary. It could have maybe had a Hodge reflected. Gonna get a chicken port out of this. Mary got wings rolling, and Mary should be able to get some recovery from those wings. Maybe even take down the Felguard from Admiral. Might have to summon a whole new pet. Because his might, yeah, there it goes. Whole new summon. Is Mary gonna take advantage of this? Actually not. He's just gonna chill behind the pillar and just recover. Catching up on almost full health. 75% dampener. Damn, dude. Oh no. How's the first duel of the day, dude? Such a long duel. Come on, dude. R5 NA Ali. Oh, that sounds good, Isaac. We have Night King ready for you on NA as well. On NA duel starting soon. Yeah, if you got a group on NA, we'll do duels on NA, boys. We're doing them in both regions. We're doing them both at once. Stun to Mary. Advo pushing in with a mortal coil. Can he actually make a play here? We are 17 minutes into the duel. Like, this has been a long while. Trying to make a tyrant happen here. That tyrant is not going to get a lot of cast off unless he changes pathing. But looks like Mary just going to avoid that tyrant completely. Just trying to recover as much health as he can. Is Mary setting up for a win? Or is Mary just trying to deny the inevitable here? Shilliver just comes out, stuns the tyrant as well as the Felguard. Looking to actually destroy the Felguard if he can. Could be Advo trying to see if he can get himself a whole new pet up and running. Actually goes in for a Demon Bolt onto that Shield of Vengeance. Busts it. Mary line assigning Advo while trying to see if he can nuke the pet down. Is Mary trying to delay the inevitable and he's just going to lose either way? Or is he actually trying to set himself up for a win? Because I guess we'll just have to wait and see. This double Felguard beating up Mary. Does that both get mortal strikes in there? Stun onto Mary right now. Advo pushing in a mortal coil to follow. Trying to make some damage happen. If Advo can reflect himself a good hammer of justice, Mary just leaves. Mary delaying the inevitable for 18 minutes. I don't know if that was really all that worth it. I feel like Advo was winning that duel this whole time and Mary was just trying to deny the win for the Warlock. But there it is. Shaken pushing in right after him. As we don't really have too many people really available. That's people. I mean, one dude got DC'd from one team. Mary just bailed out of there. Oh no. It should be banned, TBH. What, for leaving? All that just to leave to ban Mary? Yo, Mary, I think you're not making friends in the chat right now. What is going on there, dude? What is going on there? Shaken pushing in. Mary doesn't know the stun gonna be chicken with a port for Advo. Shaken trying to see if he can recover some healing, but thanks to Mary and the long game that he had, Shaken is unable to get any kind of healing, really. Shadowlands are trying to make a play, but they're barely healing anything. CC defensives is all you really have right now. As Shaken is just getting blasted by the tyrant, barely in health, and Demon Bolt to the face takes him out. Who is up next on the other team, boys? He just leave that. He left on 20 minutes. Yeah, he did leave after 20 minutes. That is unfortunate though. Kraken trying to go for a bit of a spin to win versus Advo. Reflect available. Try to see if he can push in. Try to make those raging blows happen here. Big executes maybe. Advo does get hit with the fear. Walls available. I think Kraken's trying to get himself rampage into a big old interrupt. Big old trinket coming out. Advo does have himself seed pod, but I don't think Kraken should have any issue busting through the seed pod himself. And should be able to bust through it pretty easily. Mild Milpro is up next. There's a Feral Druid trying to rip into Kraken, trying to make the bleeds hurt. Kraken does go for an Rage Gem, but not much you can really get a healing with 20 minutes dampening. 94% dampener game here. With Berserk coming out from Milo or Milpro. I want to call him Milo every time, but it's Milpo. Why do I want to call him Milo? Wasn't there a movie with like a cat and a dog called Milo and Otis? Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I'm pretty sure I watched that as a kid. Wall available for Milpro. Does himself. This is a Thorns too. Looks like that isn't Thorns, and we just missed him just ripping through Kragar because I swapped to a wrong person. That is my bad, boys. Trying to remember who I'm swapping to. It is kind of tough for some reason. Stun onto Cal. I guess we'll call you Cal. Freezing Trap as Mill goes in for a root. Manic Bandages to clear off the bleeds. He's not getting heals out of it, but the Manic Bandages for the bleeds is going to be good. Big Kyrian resonance shot coming down with a bash by the Druid, but it's not going to take Cal out of the game just yet. Vibing going to be up next. Trying to see if he can hook to Vibing immediately with a stun right after. Trying to make the kill commands work too. As it's going to be a... what is it called? Wild Spirits coming down for Vibing. Playing that Night Fade. That is pretty good damage as long as you keep the enemy in there, but it looks like the enemy is not going to stay in there at all. And Cal bailing out of there for the moment, vibing, trying to see if he can chase after him. Cal does not have a lot of health real left. Kill shots could be actually from Cal as well. It looks like Cal is the one that gets the kill shots off. Just kind of continue doing as much damage as he could, just to continue putting in the pressure while he had it. Washed Up is going to be up next though, boys. Washed Up next, trying to see if he can make a play versus Cal. And Cal with the medic bandages behind the pillar, trying to get any kind of recovery at 100% dampening. Not gonna get any kind of healing. I feel like at this point, Cal might need to find a way to allow Sped, the warrior on that team, maybe a winning opportunity to do as much damage as he can, force every cooldown or Washed Up, offensive and defensive, and try to see if you might be able to create opportunity for the warrior to win the duel. Gonna be a trick for Washed Up, trying to make plays versus the warlock. Cal going in for as much damage as he humanly can. That's gonna be pet sec available as the second CC comes out, and it looks like Chaos Bolt might just end him. The Chaos Bolt does not go into the pet at all. Yeah, unless that was not a sack, unless that might have been, unless that was a Master's Call, which could have been, I guess. Washed Up, gonna take a lot of damage from Spec. He goes in for a big Ravager, trying to make the damage happen. Looks like he takes down Washed Up. That's a massive avatar of the warriors themselves. Who got a lot of kills? Looks like Cal came in with 2, but that was a very long duel. That Paladin just wasn't willing to give up until he did. Man, I would... Chad did not like that one. It's like one of those things. Everyone disliked that in Fallout. That's basically what that was, dude. That's what the chat reaction was. I'm gonna see if I can edit that in, man. Damn. Belly did not make any friends there. People hate Paladins too. So I guess a Paladin taking this long of a duel and just to leave, so he doesn't even you know, die with honor. Dang, dude. Chat. Do we give him another chance, or are you guys gonna be mad if we see Mary as part of the duel again? Also, do we have groups on NA? Yo, we gotta do NA real quick. Yo, ISCU and Night King are here. We also gotta do NA. We have to do NA, boys. We have to do NA. I'm so sorry. We have to get an A in there. They've been waiting for a bit. We'll get the EU right after, boys. Okay. Night King and ISCU. They've been waiting too, man. We're doing both duels on EU and NA. We'll probably do it like that. We'll swap. Looks like Breezaz is here, and Belly. So Belly will get you in immediately, boys. Okay, we'll get Breezaz and Belly will get you guys, and we'll figure out if we got Cracker, Shadow, or anybody else after. Okay, alrighty. That's about the best we can do, boys. That's about the best we can do. And looks like we got same exact arena on NA as well. Yo, NA and EU both able to play, man. Let's see. Let's see. We're gonna see you dueling, boys. If I duel, that means one of you guys can join in. I'll try to get as many of you guys in here. Plus, I can't do the duels where I'm myself able to get those close camera angles, man. You know what I mean? It takes the fanfare out of it. Although having both WoWs running in the background, I think is having some performance issues. So normally we don't do that, but for today we'll be okay. Yo, user, my man, thank you so much. Can we get a username in chat? My boy. Yo, can we get a hashtag user for them 10 bones? My man. Thank you. Appreciate ya. Didn't even write a message, you beauty. Hashtag user, boys. Switch. We got ourselves team 2 with... We got Seavark on this team. What's the team? We got ourselves Chicago. We got ourselves Viva la Free Resistance. With Chilpa's looking a little bit clean shaven here, as well as Erza on the other team. We got ourselves Drano. We got ourselves Flexicutie with Oxylunza. I don't even know how to say that name. We got ourselves Wargrand, and the first one is going to be Peach. He's trying to go for a Cyclone off of Seavark, as this is going to be a Frost Mage versus a Balancer. This Peach, he get himself an Eclipse with a Cyclone. No, missing. Actually, no, he doesn't. He actually Cyclones the pit. That's what he was trying to go for. Interrupt the Seavark. Oh, and that freezes. Seavark is a Night Elf now, playing that Alliance. Is that your Night Elf alt, or is that your main Alliance now? That is interesting. Trying to see if we can make that Frost and Mage work, though, boys. Peachy does throw down the dots on Seavark as Raz trying to come in. Frostbolts for Seavark, and Peachy looking to maybe get himself a bit of a reset. So I need to figure out what to put on Peachy. Peachy is 5, Seavark is 2, I think, or 1. It is 1. the #1 on this team, trying to make the frostbolts work. He just needs to make some of those shatters connect. He'll be in a good spot. Looks like Seavark is going to be burning icy veins to try to get the haze buff rolling. Interrupting Peachy did have to use that trinket on that bash, trying to make a ray of frost happen here. Peachy goes in for a shadow melt, and that's going to be Seavark going in for even more freezes and shatters. As a disarm, the mage play comes out. Peachy is trying to make some of those interesting plays. Does this armor mage do anything at all? I think it's like intellect loss, right? Because you technically don't get any benefit from intellect, do you? Or does it actually do nothing? Because I know for, like, I think monks, and since you can't use Fist of Fury, but I think for pharaohs you lose some agility. Like if you're a feral druid in uniform and you get disarmed. You do slightly less damage, but like it's not enough to really make a difference at all. Seavark does have the high ground. Peachy looks like he's gonna actually play him against the high ground, and Seavark got himself the advantage position here. Gonna be Peachy trying to see if he can get himself a big recovery while in bear from another bash on Seavark. Trying to make more of this rats happen, just trying to get himself into Eclipse. Interrupt on the frost, gonna be more dots for Peachy. I think Peachy's gonna enjoy that extra buff that he's getting with the Necrolord Covenant next patch, where the dots are gonna do even more damage, and the ability itself is gonna do more damage as well. So you might be able to go for a full dot build, just rot down enemies from afar, and it's gonna be really good for him. Looks like Seavark does pop images versus Peachy, cast an arcane versus fire. Seavark trying to get those shatters happening with a ray of frost right after, blinking away from Peachy, still making the star surges working. It looks like both the casters are just blasting each other with spells. Peachy does play very, very defensively here. Frenzy regen is available, does go for Aurora, stopping Seavark from the Night Fae. Cooldown reduction does get interrupted on something though. It looks like Peachy's taking a bit of damage. Looks like he's proc for low health Frenzy regen. A free Frenzy regen when you're low on health does get forced there, and Peachy looking to recover that health, so he doesn't really put himself in a bad spot. Does get himself yet another arcane eclipse, should be able to get that lunar eclipse arcane damage, as well as Star Surge is doing quite a bit here, trying to see if he can get a silence onto Seavark. Does not silence him on frost, and is going to get the swarm rolling back onto Seavark. Star Surge is doing a lot of damage. Does go for ulti time really early, trying to get himself a heal immediately so he doesn't drop super low. Needs himself the shields immediately. Going to be a slow, short knockback by Peachy. Iceblock comes out for Seavark as he's going to get that health recovery in there. Waiting out until his health is back up to full. Peachy is going to use Fleshcraft to get himself also up and running as well. They also buffing Fleshcraft, so it gives a 30% damage reduction. So if Peachy ever gets interrupted and he's getting blasted, he could Fleshcraft. No interrupt, 30% damage reduction while you're blasting me. It actually could be pretty good. And I also wonder if Peachy is running the Fleshcraft. Probably isn't, but it'd be cool. I wonder what Soulbind Peachy is running though for Fleshcraft. Cyclone trying to come out. Seavark is going to get hit with a Cyclone. Does shrink it out of it. And it's going to be a bit of burst as well with the Icy Veins, but Peachy is going to stun Seavark, just trying to get the dots on both the pet as well as Seavark. It's going to be a lot of resources. Actually, Seavark looks like his pet is super low in health. Looking for actually re-summoning it. Big Star Surges out of Peachy, trying to go for another Cyclone. Onto Seavark, did have all the time. That's going to be shields up. Is going to get himself a quick summon for a new elemental. That's going to be the Rune of Power, trying to make some damage happen onto Peachy. Big shatters maybe. Does go for an Icy Nova, trying to make those ice senses work. And Peachy recovers a lot of health. Was that a Frenzy regen in bear form? That might have been a Frenzy regen just now. So it was a pretty big defensive use there. Almost hitting that 5-minute mark, boys. No dampening just yet, and Peachy and Seavark are not going down. Seavark with them shields as well as the Ice Block heal. One Ice Block did get used. Does still have a second one if needed. Versus the self-healing of Peachy, I mean, it is difficult to deal with the Druid self-heals. They're just nuts right now. It looks like Seavark is trying to get some damage out. Peachy immediately tucks tail and runs into bear form. Frenzy region. Better maintain your health as high as possible before Seavark gets any more crazy procs. Seavark does use Blizzard from time to time to kind of zone Peachy out and make him slow behind a pillar. So you can maybe just stand still and cast damage to his face. Does have all the time rolling here really early, so you can actually take a lot of damage. Looks like Peachy is going to cycle the pet, so it's going to be no freezes there. Does interrupt him on the frost. Has the arcane all the time if he needs to. Cyclone onto Seavark right after. Was Peachy trying to cyclone the all the time? Was he trying to cyclone the all the time? If you cyclone all the time, do you lose the healing of all the time? Do you even get anything from it? I do wonder. Try to see if we can get a clone onto Seavark yet again. Try not to let him summon another full fresh pet. I think that's how Peachy wants to win, is take down the pet from Seavark, use the pet to generate resources off of, because that is shooting stars, so that's more astral power. That's a lot of star surges you can get back off it. Peachy continuing to use his heal as aggressively as he can early. Use it often, especially when Seawork gets some damage rolling. Barrel from Barskin available. Try to see if he can walk out of there. Rare Frost should be slowing Peachy quite a bit. Does power shift out of it though. And shifting power available for Seawork, trying to get some cooldowns back. Icy Veins available very, very soon. So you should be getting that cooldown back very, very early here. Peachy is going to take a bit of damage. Shatters coming in. Does he have the extra heal? The free friends and regen while low health does get procced. It looks like he's going to get himself maybe another heal from here. All the time available for Seawork if necessary. He's getting massive, massive procs on the Peachy as he's trying to go for rest. Maybe not a good idea. Bash on the Seawork. Super low in health. Does get himself a frenzy regen. Was waiting for the seconds until that ability was back. Used to pop in the bear from for it really quickly. Roar and Seawork trying to make a cyclone happen. Looks like the clone does come in. Seawork actually keeping the pet away from Peachy now. He's trying not to give Peachy, I guess, a free target to dot. He's actually trying to keep the pet in a specific area and do more pet control as a mage, which is a very, very small thing for the gameplay, but it might make a pretty big difference in this duel. Peachy does recover a lot of health, but I think a lot of his defenses were used. Barskin is available, but that self-heal is not going to be used, I think, for a while. That was the emergency heal, too. So that's going to be massive. Rare Frost Peach taking a bit of damage. Barskin does have himself the heal coming up. The emergency heal, if he drops low, that's where it's going to be really bad. There's going to be a blizzard around the corner. Peachy recovering some health. No dampening. Not high enough dampening yet for Peachy to really be worried about his health, I don't think. Seawork, though, without shields. Oh, there you go. So those shields are going to start depreciating in value as we're hitting that 8-minute dampening very, very soon. 15% dampening into the 20%, into the 25, and then 30s. I think where the 30s is where you're seeing the biggest downgrades in healing, because right now it's basically you're running around like as if you have a warrior's. Nah, actually no. It's like when you have the wound poison. It's you're running around like as if you have wound poison from a sub rogue. It's quite a bit of mortal strike effect, but not 25% just yet. When it's at 25 in the 30s, that's where it really gets egregious. That's where it really gets deadly. Silence on the Seawork is trying to get those frost casts in. Trying to go for a poly onto Peachy for a second, but it is a druid. You can't stop it. That is incarnation for Peachy though. So you got quite a lot of damage rolling there. I'm surprised Peachy isn't pushing up to Seawork to try to get some Star Surges in, but he's going to go for a bit of a flesh cop. That is weird how that animation looks up with that torch. Really weird. Seawork is getting himself a little bit of recovery with the food. Peachy does sneak around the corner. And I think Seawork tried to see if he can get a root on the bridge, see if he can get Peachy out. So he might be able to get a lot of self-heal rolling. The snowing over where Peachy is at. Hopefully he has a jacket or something. Hopefully the booming form keeps him nice and warm as Seawork blinks in. Bash for Seawork. And Peachy trying to see if he can get into an eclipse, make Star Surges do quite a bit of damage. Seawork does get himself a full new pet up and running, all the time available, so he's not really feeling pressured here. Does use the images as well. The images do get this frostbolt to slow Peachy, but also that's extra damage reduction on top of it, as we are getting into the 25% dampener. Seawork is sitting at about half-inch health. Peachy could actually make some damage happen, but the shields do come back up, but you see the shields are much smaller. And that laser beam could actually maybe almost burn through the shields by itself as it still continues to look. I think the beam basically damage by itself with the dots and a couple stars is doing a little bit of work there too. Stars cashing in wishes for Peachy, making sure that his wish that Seawork doesn't get any free healing does come to fruition. He even went for a starfall. I guess whatever range damage you can get at Seawork, whatever you can, the better. But looks like Peachy is playing it very, very defensively, trying not to push up at Seawork. Maybe, you know, Seawork has some cooldowns ready, and Peachy maybe is behind on offensives. So he's just trying to wait until he gets some cooldowns up. Or maybe he's waiting until the dampening gets higher, as we are at the 28%. Starting off in bear, so he's starting very, very defensively. Pops back into booming silence on the Seawork on the frost, trying to make sure he gets himself an eclipse. It looks like it's going to be some biggie damage, but the ultra time is available for Seawork. Does he use it? He does use ultra time. It's going to be shifting power available. Trying to see if he can get shields back. Peachy does interrupt it, almost getting a cyclone out, but it's going to be an interrupt by Seawork. Needs to make some big shatters happen here. Otherwise, it's going to be really tough battling Peachy. Does get some shatters, making some damage happen. Needs more shatters just combined together. And just, I don't even know if it's running for the big frostbolt shatters or whatnot. I guess every frost mage would be right. Deep shatter, where frostbolts, if they are on the shatter target, like they're rooted or frozen, they do 150% damage. I think maybe he needs more of those, or maybe he needs to get like a full setup, right? Ice Lance is ready, bunch of icicles, big old frostball, Ice Lance, everything shattering. It looks like Seawork is going to have to play this defensive with yet another ice block as we're diving into that 10-minute mark. Boys, 34% dampener. Cyclone onto the pet for Peachy. It's trying to make some starfires happen here. Seawork goes for a root trying to make more shatters happen. The shield for the Fleshcraft is holding strong. The Frozen Orb doing some damage here. But Zivrak has a hard time just keeping Peachy in that one place, because that Frozen Orb could do a lot of damage if we just stand next to it. Peachy does go for a self-heal after he waits for that Ice Ray to just do a little bit of damage, get him low in health, and gets himself a lot of reheal through it. Gonna be a big ink card available. Looks like Zivrak giving up. Looks like it's gonna be full seed pod, and oh no, boys, I think it's over for our boy Seavark. Trying to see if that C-Pod maybe keeps him alive, but Peachy does take it out. 38% dampening. How can you fight against literally a healer? Kind of rough here, boys. Kind of rough. Triples looks like he's going to be up next. Peachy's kind of AFKing. Peachy left as well? Huh? What? Maybe he's trying to give everybody else a chance to play. Maybe he's like, you know what, dampen is so high, I'm not going to win this, dude. Duels that just heal is literally impossible? Dude, it is a lot of healers, isn't it? There's a lot of healing. I just don't know if Frostmage is the spec that can maybe do it. I think Fire or Arcane could totally do it, but Frost, I don't know. I think you gotta play something different. Like maybe even Glacial Spike for Frost. I know Glacial Spike isn't a meta, but I feel like if you can get yourself a big old spike, that could be enough burst damage in a 1v1 scenario where that could be value. You know what I mean? Chilpa's just burning through Drenna, and we barely got to see what the hell was going on. He just came in and just massacring that Draenei Shaman. Didn't even give him a chance to play the game for the most part. Who is up next? It's either going to be Flexing. It's either going to be OC. Lunaza? I guess Luna's good. Wait, what? Oh, it is? Are you Night Fae? You're riding a Night Fae Mountain, but it doesn't mean you're a Night Fae yourself. Looks like he's going to be on Holy versus Frost, trying to get a second hand for Chill Pills. It looks like I see his plate. Oh! Wrong spec, wrong covenant, but it looks like that's what he's playing. Whoa! Chill Pills just destroying these boys. What are you doing to them? What are you doing to these sweet, sweet boys? Oh my god! What was that burst? That was a lot of damage. That was a lot of damage. It looks like Frost is good. It just gotta be Frost Death and not a Frost Mage, I guess. Again, maybe there's a play style with Frost Mage that's like different talents or something, but I don't know. I don't know, dude. My god, what happened? I don't even know either. He just brought out the second hand and did a couple slaps and slapped the boy down. Maybe OC didn't have that much gear, but also Flexing was taking a lot of damage, and he has duels regularly. That's going to be a blind onto Flexing, does trick it out of it. That's going to be Chilpils just massacring, free stun from the Remorseless. I feel like Chilpils unlocked a cheat code or something. What is going on? Looks like Wargren is the last one left. Is he there? Hello? Hello? Wargren? Oh, I just noticed there's like a bit of meat up there. There's meat there too. Morgan, why is the camera angle so weird? Oh, there you go. Maybe he was DC'd. Oh, he's back. I think it was maybe DC'd for a bit. Might have been DC'd. Chilpa's walked up to see if he's actually there. Is Morgan there? Chilpa's knelt to him. Oh. It looked like he looked at us, boys, for a second. Did you see that? It looked like Chilpa's looked at us for a second. Gets a chain of ice into Wargren. Looks like Wargren might be lagging a little bit, but maybe he's okay. Chilpa's just hit him with a chain of ice, seeing if Wargren is there to actually do the duel. I think Wargren is there. He does a bow. It looks like they're ready. Maybe. I think Chilpa's is waiting for Wargren to take the action. And Morgan's like, chain of ice, dude, I gotta get out of here. Looks like he walked past the line for Chilpa's. Second slapping hand comes out. Gonna be doing quite a bit of, oh, massive obliterates out of Chilpa's. Surprising Wargren. Trying to see if he can get out of there. Turtle Shell comes out, throwing down every single trap, but Chilpa's does freeze that extra hand. Oh my god. Might have seen because of lag? Could have been, but he's back. Well, though not for long. Maybe he's back with us in body, but the spirit is broken. That obliterate just crushed his soul, I think. Chill pills. Oh my goodness. Yeah, when Jailer is with 9.1 spoilers, but when you decide, you know what, I'm gonna make Anduin my guy. We probably should have looked at Chill pills first. This guy, he's got the strength of Arthas and the looks of a handsome gentleman. But it's going to be a trap separating the two Chilpas. Does have death pact available. It's going to be a pet available too. Could sacrifice it if he wants to, but he's got to wait now to catch up to Wargren. Just needs to find an angle to get to the hunter. The traps are going to be everywhere. Does have the transfusion? Was that it? Or maybe he just sacrificed the pet immediately to try to get himself a heal ASAP. AMS available. Not obliterate. Just clipped him by a little. Oh my god. Oh, 4 kills. What? I didn't even realize he had 4 kills. Jesus. Yo, Chill Pills is scary. That was actually insane. Yeah, we gotta get him up and running again next duel. Damn it. Oh, jeez. Okay, boys, we gotta get an AU duel going. Yo, Breeze Az and Belly, let me know if you guys are ready. Breeze Az and Belly, let me know if you guys are ready. Whisper me right now, otherwise we have to queue somebody else. That was awesome, though. Chill Pills, my man. Yo, you doing something crazy on that Frost DK, dude. You doing something crazy. So ready? Breeze Az, let me know, dude, if you're good. We don't mind 4 out of 5. Okay, we'll wait for NA. We'll wait on NA, but EU should be playing next, though. Here we go. Now you guys can see what we're looking at. Breeze Az did whisper. Belly whispered. Let me get a sip of water. I have a soda nearby, but I gotta clear my throat. Alrighty, boys. Let's get another up and running. We got ourselves Breeze Az, and then Belly, and then Cracker and Shadowlands to play too. So maybe we can get some. Okay, MPRIZAS. Okay, and Belly SSARUS. No target. Are you guys part of the same team? Oh, did I mess up? MPRIZAS, MPRIZAS, and BELIBLISSSARIUS. Yeah, you guys part of the same team? Belly and Breeze Az. I guess part of the same team, boys. I can't tell, man. It's not letting me. Maybe one of you is offline. Hold on. That actually might fix it. Let me check. Belly, you're not online. That's the problem, my dude. Let me see if Breeze Az is online. No, he's here. Belly, you gotta be online, my guy, and we'll queue you. Immediately, as soon as you're online, we'll queue you. Let me know. You gotta be online in reality. I know you're hiding from somebody. It's okay. You just gotta be online. You're good to go. I see him while I'm on sidelines, not fighting that again. Damn, dude. My bad, sorry. You're good, you're good. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Sin God X was crying as he farmed his arse. Whoa. What's up, Dad? What's up, some guy? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, my dude. Enough of that weird burp, dude. It sounded like Rick and Morty guy. Sound like Rick for a second. Just my head and what was that? Lennon, yep. Chill Pills is pretty scary. He has no chill. Literally no chill. NA, it looks like Seavark. Arcane does less damage than a Mystery Monk. Really? That's unfortunate. So that is your ult, right? No, my bad, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna guess they're ready. Secret technique is secretly broken PvP. Secret technique? Sectech? For rogues? No. Are you gonna show us? That's actually insane. Watho man! My man! My man! Murdered! Arthur! Let me get the duel up and running, boys. Look at the duel up and running! Duel! My ult is 226. 7? No, that's crazy. Gear ain't the issue. That is a crazy amount of gear, my dude. That is a crazy amount of gear. Alrighty. Okay. Okay, here we go. Should work now. Alright, switch. We have ourselves team 1 with Kata as a balanced druid. We got her. Oh, is it still balanced? It is still balanced. We got ourselves Titanios as a feral. We got ourselves Wolf as a BM. Unstoppable as an Ellie with Spike Covet as a fire mage versus team 2 with Wolf Quads as a feral. Belly as an arms warrior. We got ourselves Mangusta as a boomy. A-Bomb as on a holy DK. And Atho Man as a good old retribution paladin. As a Ventier. That's... Oh, did you get yourself the unique mug? You farmed a lot of AP for that, huh? You've done quite a bit of work was there. That's a nice looking set. Look at that. That is a nice looking set. You need a mount that follows this color scheme, but that's a nice looking set. Looks like Wolf is going to be first up as a feral druid. What's the Spike? It looks like Spike bails out. Maybe Spike isn't first. Looks like it's going to be Wolf hunting the feral, dude. Wolf hunting Wolf. Wait, they're both wolves. That's going to be a little bit weird. They're both wolves. You got Wolf Quats. And then you got us a wolf. So that's going to be a little weird. Except I guess the names are written differently, but they're literally same. Like, this is literally in Russian the words wolf. Wolf. Literally. Or wolf. Close enough. Well, almost got Wolf out of there. Wolf's got the Feral out of there. Hunter gonna open up on gonna be a pet sack immediately. Center on the freezing trap. And Wolf is gonna eat that freezing trap with the Sunfall right after. It's gonna be BM Hunter trying to make some damage happen. Bestial Wrath rolling with the pets, trying to make some damage happen. Orc Racial available too, trying to kite the Feral through all the traps with a resonated arrow. Should be able to do quite a bit of damage. Kill commands are coming through. While available for Wolf Quads, cannot create any kind of line of sight as the Hunter is able to basically do damage through the wall. Massive distance creation for him. Can't ever run him. Always never line of sighted, but always line of sighting. You know what I mean? Wolf taking a bit of damage though. Well, both of them really are. Trying to see if he can use Ursos on the Beastmaster Hunter. Looks like he is going to get booped back into it, but he's trying to keep his pets rolling. Going to be a big heal for the Hunter. I think he does use the is he the healing over time? It might have used the healing over time vial from the little Owlkin, the little Swolkin. But it's kind of hard to tell. Wolf Quads, though, is not doing that great on health. Could be in the kill shot range. Feign death for a second for Wolf the Hunter with a nice kill shot onto the Feral. Storm Bolt by Belly. Chicken for Wolf. Intro freezing trap onto Belly. Looks like that is going to break somehow. I don't even know how that breaks. Some kind of a trinket, maybe some kind of a damage over time. Maybe one of the pets did something. Hard to tell. But Belly is going to have to chase after Wolves next, as he got himself Avatar rolling. That is a lot of damage available for Belly. Door of Shadows trying to see if he can get behind Wolf. Does get interrupted on for Wolf. This is not a bad spot at all. Belly popping and parry. Probably should be parrying all these pets. He is parrying sometimes, but they're hitting it. Oh! Was that a commanding shout that just died? And one of the wolves and one of the T-Rexes got a chomp on him? Okay, Wolf just with some plays here. Big damage on the warrior. Actually, I had to go for Rallying Cry, I guess. Wow. Huh. Okay, then. Mangusta is going to be up next, though. Trying to see if he can make a play. Already at half his health. Is that an emergency heal for him? Or is that an actual heal? Is that a real Frenzy Regen? Or is that an emergency Frenzy Regen? I guess that was an emergency Frenzy Regen, I guess. Because that didn't proc just now. How is he so low on health? Oh, my goodness. Wolf is just blasting him. Is there some trick to Beast Mastery that nobody knows and this man figured out? Convoke, it looks like he doesn't get it off. Looks like he got interrupted or he broke himself. He doesn't look like he got interrupted, but the Convoke is not like casting. I guess he interrupted himself maybe. Weird. Mangusta though, catching up a little bit, actually heals while in barrel form. There goes the heal. Does he maybe not run the conduit that gives him an extra emergency heal? Maybe he doesn't. Bestial Wrath available. Mangusta taking a bite. You just get bitten up by the pets. It's gonna be. Oh, I can't even talk fast enough. And we just watched a Wolf tearing these boys apart. These T-Rexes. His undead T-Rex that are just doing all the work. Atham going to be up next. Into immediate trinket off the freezer trap. He's playing adaptations, so it's not like he can really do much about it. That's going to be full Seraphim available for Athaman, and Wolf does go for a turtle. It looks like without Wake of Ashes, the undead Raptors did get CC'd. So there's only so much they can really do about it. Athaman trying to make the big clap plays versus Wolf. Trying to make as much damage as he can. Door of Shadows around the corner, try to see maybe you can juke him around. Wolf is aware where he's going. Freezing Trap is going to be meeting him on the other side. And the T-Rex just kind of hanging out with him. We're like, what's up? This T-Rex must be a fan of Athaman, dude. They know who he is. They're just hanging out with the boy. They just want to hang out with the cool kids, you know what I mean? So sit at the cool kid lunch table. You know what I mean? Athaman picking up the ice. He knows exactly what Wolf is. Needs to get him out of the camo to slow down that heal, but looks like Wolf does catch up on all the health. Next time Athaman can get himself in a full setup onto Wolf heal in a great spot. Going to be Seraphim available, but the stun from the pets comes out. Any kind of CC that Wolf can do to deny the Seraphim damage is great for him. Stun on all those pets with a Wake of Ashes. Wings available. Hydra to Wolf could be big damage. Wolf does have a trick to deal with his feign death for a second. Does get himself a massive damage reduction versus Athaman for a moment there. Wings are still rolling, so Atha is going to be bowing down to no goose any moment now. Wolf still continuing to make damage happen, but Atha with wings just is too much. Feign death for a second for Wolf. Does remove any kind of debuffs. Does have himself a nice DR, but looks like I think the hunt is over and the hunter has been hunted. Big kill for him out of nowhere. No Warlock on his team. Bubble for Atha. Wolf does go for feign death for a second. Seraphim available for Atha. Could end it here. Does he have a Hodge? Gonna be a trap down for Atho. If he has a freezing trap to separate the trick, he might be okay. Hodge onto Wolf. Could be really bad for him. Does he get a freezing trap off? Barely any health. Oh my goodness. If he just had one more global, just put down a freezing trap, that would have been it. But damn, Atherman took him out. The Hunter was really ramping up. I mean, a lot of Atherman's team was just getting blasted. These druids, man. Just got hunted down. G-Pie for Atho. He was in poly, so at least he's getting full health. Big combustion coming down as he tried to go for a Kieran setup. Atho might have to bubble it. Looks like that it goes to the big defensive for the Paladin. That's just take a ton of damage. 50% damage reduction there on a 45-second cooldown. So now we know what legendary Batherman is running. A defensive playstyle. A protection Paladin legendary, I believe, right? This is going to hit himself up with a couple flashlights back to back. Spike is going to get the images rolling. I'm actually surprised that Spike, when he went for Poly into Atho, that didn't proc adaptation. I mean, I guess it was coming back very, very soon. That is going to be the trick in here. Does Spike realize that he's playing, I guess, adaptation Paladin? There goes the Poly. I think he was trying to go for a bit of a setup. Nova onto Atho. Has hand for him to get out of this. Seraphim ready. Does have all the time. So Spike is going to recover a lot of that beating right now. And Atho is trying to make some damage work here. Is Atho going to use his ability, event the ability ever? Or is he feeling like he doesn't really need it at the moment? Because it is situational for PvP. G-Pie is going to hit him to the face, though. With the Kieran trying to make that setup happen. Looks like that was the Kieran interrupted. It is still getting the fire damage in, but the Kieran setup is huge because the damage increases for your abilities is quite nutty. Doro Shadows is Atherman looking to get himself some line of sight. It's a bit of a reset. Spike should be able to get himself a bit of recovery too. Atherman mounting up, trying to see if he might be able to get some, maybe a Nova out of Spike. If you just gotta waddle with your mount, maybe not. Does sound a little slow. Hodge, does Seraphim have anything here? Wings available? No Seraphim. The wings are still doing a lot of work. Hammers are still flying. That's gonna be a Frostbolt. Atherman, does he have the damage? He does have big Seraphim ready, dude. His red with rage, his red with anger. Poly's not going to hold him down. Just needs one good hit with that Seraphim, knock it out of the park, but looks like that's going to be Spike trying to shut down that burst as best as he can. Ring of Frost on one side. Atherman knows he doesn't want to run into it. Spike does himself all the time, though. He's going to use it really early. But Atherman has so much ungodly damage every time he hits Seraphim. Hell, with just wings alone, too. Spike is taking it super, super seriously, man. Hodge, and looks like Atherman is walking at Spike without any kind of burst. Without any kind of beefy damies. This is going to be a G-Pie for that adaptation, so Spike should be able to get a lot of damage out of it, though. Kieran setup is there with a combustion. Oh my god, the Meteor somehow still does the damage, though. It looked like it's the Meteor happened, unless it was another Pyroblast just hidden. It looked like the Meteor somehow did damage either way. Atherman with the wings up and running, trying to make some damage happen back to Spike after the defensive ledger has been used. Adaptation does not come back just yet. Is going to get a Frostbolt for Atho. We should have Hand of Freedom at all times. Spike actually under quite a bit of pressure. Needs those shields. Needs himself maybe an Ice Block. Cauterize should probably be proc. Here goes the Cauterize. Does he have the shields for the Caut? He doesn't have the shields for the Caut. Oh, first aid interrupted. No. Does try to go for food immediately. As Atho goes in. Ring of Frost available for Spike. Does get himself shields. Not enough health to come back from. Is still trying to get himself as much food as he can, though. Trying to get himself as much eats as possible, dude. Get him some Uber Eats over there. Hodge on the Spike. Has a trigger for it. Immediate breath for Atho. Blinks in a weird direction. Does not have line inside of Atho. So now Atho might be able to make something set up here. Oh my god, he's walking into a wall. Gonna be port for Atho. Big collapse onto Spike. Does go for another blink into a Nova, but a Hand of Freedom is gonna keep Atho running. I think they're just waiting. I think Spike is just waiting for the breath again. He does have all the time, so his health is not gonna be going anywhere. Looks like Atho's just kind of waiting for the altar time. Spike canceling altar. He doesn't want to go back over there. Poly into Atho. There's going to be an immediate trinket. Spike, does he have a breath again? That's going to be a Seraphim. Seraphim actually getting so much damage from a Sarah. That Seraphim is doing numbers. One more hammer throw. That's all he needs. Big damage. Spike at no health. Ice Block probably needs to come out. There goes the Ice Block. He sees Atherman rounding up the band on the horse. And he's probably going to have a breath available. He needs everything in order to deal with this Paladin right now. Hodge, no trinket available. I think it could be the game unless somehow Atho does not have the damage. Breath does still happen. Spike bailing out of there. Not even going for a polymorph onto Atho. He doesn't even care. Poly after no adaptation. Trying to make a Radiant Spark happen here. Big combustion. And that's going to be a bubble for Atho. He saw the damage. He saw there was going to be a lot of pressure here. He knows the Spike is done with. And at some point, you do have to bubble. And I feel like that was going to be a moment where you could actually legitimately lose. So you just bubbled it. But it's not going to bubble for the next guy, which is going to be Kato, who's mostly a boomkin. Also, lots of damage. Lots of range damage there. Trying to make sure I don't DC off EU server. So I'm going to move real quick. We're back in, boys. Kato, all right over there. Dora Shadow's trying to happen, and it looks like it's going to be a Hodge, as Atherman does create a lot of shortens that distance with that port. Going to be immediate trick out of Kato with a bark skin. So Atho tried to see if he can actually surf him and everything. Bash onto Atho, does not have a way out of it. Or it looks like adaptation didn't force it. It looks like adaptation didn't do much for it. Thorns available into a disarm to Atho. He's going to have to go a bit behind the pillar. Line the side, create some healing power. Create some healing magic behind the pillar. Mend that health. Big Kyrian setup available for Kato with Celestial Alignment, so that could be a lot of damage. Atherman trying to avoid it. Star Sword is burning through a Shield of Vengeance very, very quickly, and Kato is still trying to make those Star Swords happen. All those slows from Atho does not stop him. Hodge the Kato, and Atho should be able to get himself some healing. Is Atho looking to maybe get some damage rolling too? Because his healing is going to be very, very limited. Does not get the Rebuke Interrupt onto Kato. He went for it, but he didn't get it. Cyclone getting procced on that adaptation. Kato could go for another Cyclone if he wants to. Seraphim available. Could be lots of damage. Just someone to Atho immediately. Has the pony. No Hand of Freedom, but it looks like it though. Has the mobility to catch up. Does go for a massive Templar's Verdict there. Thorns available, so Atho knows he should be very, very careful with his health. But Seraphim is up. Using the Seraphim more defensively than offensively. Blessing Protection coming out from the bash. That is still going to be lots of magic damage from Kato that's going to go through. Interrupting him on Cyclone, and Kato looking to maybe get himself a heal. And maybe that was an emergency heal just now. Hodge into a Wake or Ashen Hollow. So Ather's trying to make as much damage as well as healing done to Kato. Does he have him in a Hodge there? And if Atherman can somehow push Kato into the Ashen Hollow, he'll be in a good spot. I mean, a lot of this pillar, he actually goes for another line of sight. He could have went all the way around, but he knows that Ashen Hollow is going to do damage. Does not want to give Atho any free damage. If he can somehow herd the Druid into Ashen Hollow, that'll be just so much free damage for the Paladin. But it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do so. Clone, so adaptation coming out. Immediate interrupt on the nature cast. Atho does have Seraphim ready. Massive hammer swinging into a disarm to disarm the man for a second. Hodge onto Kato. Does have wings available with a Wake of Ashes. Cyclone trying to come out. Looks like Clone is going to be full. 49% damper to Kato, trying to recover Atho and still got them hammers. Trying to Dora Shadows to Kato with a pony up right after, slowing him down immediately. Kato not in a great spot. A bash onto Atho. Looks like he's going to be able to get away from him. Atho does not have control of himself, but adaptation does let him get out of a lot of CC. Plus, also there's a human racial available at all times for any of the stuns. Into a disarm onto Atherman. Flashlight available. Kato does have Thorns, and Atho is just going to stay there, interrupting Kato before he gets any kind of healing. Frenzy Regen is available. Atho does have Shield of Vengeance. It's going to be Kato blowing him away with a wind. Just, whew. Out, Atho. Get away. But it looks like the shield is still going to pop into Kato. If he has any kind of wings or anything with it, it's going to be a lot of damage. Kato super low in health. Shield of Vengeance pops Kato, recovering massive health while in bear form. But after this, I think that's all the healing he can really get, unless he can somehow see Atho. He does create some line of sight, trying to make a regrowth happen. Atherman is ponied up. Barkskin available. It looks like he's out of defenses unless he gets an emergency heal here. Unless he gets another Frenzy Regen. He's really out. Trying to go for a roar with a regrowth. Regrowths are doing a little bit of healing still. But maybe Kato is just trying to survive until the next setup with his Celestial Alignment. Maybe that's what he's trying to do. Atherman is given an opportunity to catch up on a lot of health. Sees where Kato is. Not going for the eyes. And could maybe have full Seraphim setup. Bash into Atho. Adaptation is still there. Bubble coming out as Kato has full burst available. So it looks like Atho does have cooldowns back up. Perfect time for it. Trying to bust through the Thorns. But it looks like Atho doesn't have offensives himself. So he does back out. Trying to go for a bit of a re-heal. Kata's still holding on to Celestial Alignment. I mean, it's still rolling right now. Could make a lot of damage happen. Atho got himself a big haze buff. Seraphim available. Trying to make some damage happen. Kato does go for a self-heal with the Kyrian's heal pot. I don't know if he has any kind of big heals available. Door of Shadows Kato could have interrupted it, but I don't know if he really wanted to. I think he was just trying to see if he can get the hell away from Atho. Ponied up, catching up to a cheetah. And I think Kato might go down. Big heal one more time. Could this be the one more heal he can get? He is extremely low, man. At this point, Atho just needs a couple more globals. Kato might be able to get himself a regrowth. There goes another heal. And I think another sippy cup? Is that what that was? Second sippy cup? Might have been a second one. Hodge Trick available for Kata. This time with Atho, but I think he still has those hammers in his pockets. One more hammer is all he needs. One more hammer is all he needs. One more hammer, bash! One more hammer is all he needs, and Gathaman does slay him with a Blade of Justice. Who's up next? Titanius is up next, the Feral Druid. Man, these cats. These druids. It looks like Titanius went in with the Skulkers. Actually trying to make Skulkers work in PvP. That did a lot of damage. Athaman has a lot of cooldowns available, but that's a lot of globals for him to get through. And Titanius just needed a big old bite. The bleeds have set in. No bubble, no bop available for Atha. Only so much you can do in that situation. A-Bomb is going to be the last one left on Team 2. And it's really going to be up to him to fight Titanius. The bleeds from a Feral. If he can just go for a bleed play with A-Bomb, he's not going to heal. He can't heal it. Going to be a big Convoke coming out. A-Bomb, AMS available. Does go for an interrupt onto the Convoke. The bleeds have set in. Trying to make an army happen here. Titanius needs to be next to the army. All the undead to take full damage. Trying to get the hell out. Grip comes in into a port with a soul shape. Doesn't go super far. The pest can still reach him. Helping hand coming out for A-Bomb. It looks like Titanius is going to go down. With Unstoppable as the last one left of Team 1. A-Bomb did just burn every offensive, defensive, ABF, the full army. So either he catches some line of sight until some of those come back, or Unstoppable I think just walks in and takes him out. With a Light and Lasso, it's going to be pretty hard to match that. Might be a little rough here, boys, but he's going to try to see. A-Bomb is going to try to see if he can make it out of here. Maybe with some kind of a, some sort of a play. You can't give up just immediately, right? You got to actually give it a chance. Lasso available for Unstoppable. A-Bomb taking quite a bit of damage too. Unstoppable trying to make the Frost Shocks. Big Primordial Bolt. Lava Bird should be available. Earth Shock should be available soon. Big old Meteor coming down. Stun into A-Bomb. And looks like Unstoppable does take him out. Didn't take him long at all. Took him out quite handily. I was Atha with 3 kills. And actually it was, where is he? Wolf left. I think Wolf also had 3 kills. Wow. That's a lot of, lots of 3 kills here, man. Team 1 double Unstoppable does end the duel. Pretty good, pretty good. Those GKs are fun, dude. They're pretty cool. Alright, we gotta get Kragar in here. We gotta get Shadow, or we gotta get Belly in here as well. We're gonna have to do that. Who do we have on Team Alliance? Boom. Trying to assemble Horde Gamers. Yo, Night King, ISU. Do you guys have a group? Night King and ISU. Do you guys have boys that are want a duel, that are ready for some games? There are to be some real gamers in here. While Boom is setting up a team. As soon as Boom got a group, man, we'll get him in there. ISU, do you have a group? Otherwise, we got to get the EU in here, man. Otherwise, I think we're going to have to get EU. Kragar, Shadow wants to play. Shadow and Kragar have played each other, but I guess we could try it again, you know, see how it goes. We're ready. One more. Okay, ISU needs one more. In Alley. Okay. I'll give you guys 30 seconds. If we don't get enough people in 30 seconds, I will have to queue Horde. I'm going to try one shot Arcane, one shot with Chayu, without Chayu and Ward. Okay, go for it. Yeah, I'm down. Sacrificing defensive for a ton of offenses. We'll see if it's any good. I'll give you guys 30 seconds-ish or so. And we'll get another one up and running. Yeah, sounds good, boys. Sounds good. Sound good. Play with us, Kragar. Kragar's here, boys. Kragar's here. Kragar, and I guess we'll do Shadow, and then we'll need to start putting Breezaz and Belly at different teams. Like we get Kragar and Breezaz, Belly and Shadow and stuff like that. Let's see if NA is ready. Group members leaving after, so I can't guarantee I can stay. That's fine. We'll try to see if ICU gets a group. If not, then we'll do EU. I just want to get these duels as many of them done because we did start streaming early, you know? I picked Venter because it looked coolest. That's what I did! And also, Venter is getting buffed. Oh, at least for rogues. How can I join the 5V5? Just join us in LG, my man. We got a whole pin. Check the pin in the chat. Okay, we got Night King and ISU in here, boys. We're gonna have the next one on the NA. Next duel over on the NA, boys. Alrighty? Alrighty. Try to get you guys in there immediately. Requeue? Okay, I can do that. Wasn't a pre-made. Alright, give you guys 10 seconds and then we'll requeue. Spotify, how are you? Alright, man, sounds good. Winter Fat RP is so cool. What? All the Vent gang represent. Yo, Venter is gonna be so good in next patch, dude, for rogues. I don't know if it's gonna be like a one shot, if it's gonna be like OP, but it's gonna be much better than where it is. It's gonna be a little closer. Like the ability is actually gonna be a lot better to play with. Divine Toll is so strong. I one shotted so many times over 2400. Yeah. Divine Toll is pretty good. You probably can still make Ventier work pretty well, right? I mean, it's there's just literally one ability. And with Venti, you can get some other bonuses, other benefits. The teleport could be pretty good. Seraphim Wings, Divine Toll, Reckoning Dead. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Alright, boys, you ready? I think we are. Let's try it. There we go. So I'm proc my COD toll from 100 to Butcher awarded 3k MMR last night. That's crazy. That is crazy, dude. Trying to make Soulfire work, boys. Yo, go for it, go for it. Alrighty, boys. Alrighty, boys. Hopefully we get full team of 5 on each team. What is that? Wait a second. We got a problem, chat. We got a tank. Alrighty. Switch. I don't know what's going on, but boys, we got a tank. Chat, do we let the tank play or do we get him out of here, dude? Do we let a tank play or do we get him out of here? Why is there a prop paladin? That is a really good question. Why is Holy Storm and prop paladin? We have a specific rule since the beginning of these duels, literally since WoD. No tanks. Abort? No. Alright, chat. Type no if you don't want to let the tank play. Type yes if you want the tank play. Chat, vote right now. We're gonna let the chat play. We're gonna let the chat vote. Yes or no? No to get him out. Yes to let him in. Chat. Okay, I'm gonna type in yes or no. Yes or no. Vote. Vote after my yes or no. No. I see a wave of no. So many no's. Yeah, we gotta requeue. We gotta reform. Seavark, we are gonna... Oh, the whole team is going in to kill the prop pala. The whole team does not want to see a prop paladin. I guess we're just gonna redo. I guess we're gonna requeue. Yeah, we gotta requeue. We gotta requeue. Alright, Night King and ISU. ISU, you have a minute to replace that prop paladin. Get him out of there with anybody else. Or have him swap red if you want to. You can have him swap red, but not prot. Not prot. No. Chad did not want to see prot, dude. Chad did not like that. So you give him a chance. Be like, yo, if you want to go red, you can. Otherwise, we'll find somebody. But thank you so much for joining. Be respectful. Be nice. Don't be toxic. I was gonna say something like, the chat decided your fate and you've been cast out into the outer wilds, banished from these lands, banished from these 5v5s, never to return until you have atoned for your sin. And set him on like a quest or something to atone for his sins. Go hang out with the Ventier. I'm pretty sure that'll help you atone for playing prot in PvP. I forgot to go red. You forgot to go red? Okay. Yeah, forgot, quote unquote. Yeah. We're good now, I promise. Okay, are you ready now? Because I will queue you. I'll give you guys a proper chance, but that whole team did not want to play a prot. They literally ran out just to kill the prot. They would have been fine doing the duels as long as there's no prot on the other team. Should I let them 2v1? No. We're not going to do that. No. No. We're not going to do that. Got a prop in here. Why don't I go sham? Basically, dude. Too much time in the vent here, Dal. Yo, that's the only boys that don't know it. Alright, if saying is good, we're gonna try it again. We're gonna give him a full chance. Go send Pallet to gather 100 Murloc eyes? Yes, unless he returns with 100 Murloc eyes, he can come back to the duels. I swear, if I see him prot again, I'm a flip. Okay, he's red. Okay, we're good. Yo, everybody on the team 1 just had a visceral reaction of just like, I hate prop paladins. Rush him. Oh, okay, dudes. When I say Chupas again, Chupas is here, man. What are you talking about? I like how people complain about there's a prop palette, but they're like, okay, with 2 monks. Normally those guys would be like, no monks, please. We got ourselves team 1 with, we got DV Pox in here, as I saw Brogue. We got ourselves Skype. Oh, I was thinking you sunk in the ground, but you're actually that short. Because you are a gnome. We got our CEO Holy Storm playing that red this time. Worgen is a survival hunter with Monkey. Going back to the Monkey. Monkey the Monk. We got Seavark on that Arcane playing a different build. You'll notice that Seavark does not have triple shield. Because Seavark is dropping a defensive for a massive offensive playstyle. We don't know what that will look like, but we're going to see what that is going to be in a bit. Hopefully. Because this could be interesting, boys. I want to see what this is going to look like, though. I really want to see what this is going to look like. Arcane missiles coming out for Seavark, trying to make some damage happen to Skype. Big Arcane barrages, actually, with a poly right after. I think he's set up for a massive, maybe touch of the Magi. Big all Arcane blast available into Arcane missiles right after Skype. Actually, are they dead? Trying to vivify, interrupted Karma immediately. Fist of Fury needs a heal. Needs a heal real bad. Skype had no health though. Does himself 45 brew. Got himself some weird claw hands in there too. It's a little real weird. Oh, real weird claw hands there. Seavark got some damage in there. Whoa. Okay, on Seavark's team we also got ourselves Elza, the Fury Warrior. We got ourselves Chicago. We got ourselves Chill Pills as well as Peachy. PG-13. I think I could make a joke out of his name somehow. Monkey is gonna be up next, dude. Return to the Monkey. There's gonna be a poly onto the Monk. And Seavark trying to get himself a setup with the Arcane Blast, ready to go with missiles right after. Doing quite a lot of damage to the Monk, though. Gonna be a full 45 brew up and running as Seavark does go for the all to time, trying to reverse some of the damage it's gonna take from Monk. As Zoen is joining in. And it looks like Monk just had to go for every offensive. Does not use the defensive just yet, but Seavark did get a pretty big blaster master out of him. It's going to turn around and hit Zoen with a little bit of damage himself right after him. Shifting power available, trying to get himself some resources back. There's going to be more missiles getting set up. I don't know what kind of a setup he's going with missiles though, but I think it has to do a build around missiles maybe. Nova onto Monk could maybe target less out of it. Goes for an in-cap. And looks like he does get out of the root after a bit, but the Night Faith thing puts the slow after he hit an aim with any kind of CC. So polymorph root, he gives him like a 90% slow for 2 seconds. Like 90% slow, quickly fading, but still a lot of slow. Diffuse magic available for Monk as he goes in for a full images setup. And Seavark just trying to see if he can avoid it as best as possible. Going for the slows as much as he can. Trying to deal with Monk with American missiles. Does not have the karma. If he missiles do enough damage here. Trying to see if he can make that karma happen. Does slap a karma onto Seavark. And trying to go for some vivifies. Seavark could maybe go for a setup with an interrupt on the Monk. But he does get a big defensive out of him. He just needs another setup onto Monk and he'll be in a good spot. But what kind of a legendary is Seavark going for? What kind of a setup is he going for? What kind of a playstyle is he trying to make? I really do wonder. I wonder if there's an Arcane Missiles thing that makes your Arcane Barrage do more damage. They're basically trying to set that up. Trying to make a poly happen versus Monk is going to go for that soul shape blink out of there. Polymorph in cap right after. Should be able to finally get a polymorph. Is playing that shimmer. Trying to re-poly in case there is a trinket coming out for him. Touch of Magia is available. Does Seavark have the Rune of Power? He does. All Arcane Power available too. That is a lot of damage available for Seavark right now. All the time is up as well. Monk actually taking so much damage. Oh my god. Seavark just blasting these boys out of there. Arcane all of a sudden picked up some damage, boys. Let's go. All of a sudden, just trying to make something happen here. And Seavark is bringing Arcane back with... I don't even know what kind of setup he's going for. I really want to know what Lego he's playing. I really want to know. Does catch Holy Storm around the corner with a poly. Trying to make a Frostbolt happen with some missiles while sending in Rune of Power. Holy smack, dude. He really is popping off. Because last time we saw Seavark, like he was doing this like long kiting strat, like he was defensive Lego, defensive setup, everything. So it was a very what? Holy Storm not rolling the on a time where your Hand of Freedom, I guess the mage, where your Hand of Freedom is perma, cannot be dispelled. That's gonna give Seavark so much more mobility. You're basically just Paladins are called pretty wheelchair as a class because they're so slow. So this man is gonna really feel it. He's feeling it now, Mr. Krabs. And it looks like the images should be able to slow Holy Storm a bit. Is there images, or was it just a frostbolt from afar? Shield of Vengeance available, but I don't know if it's gonna stop all those missiles from afar. He is standing in his hollow ground. Hollow ground. And this giving him a bit of a heal. But I don't know, that hand of freedom getting stolen is just so dirty. So dirty. Seavark does have a blink back, board back if he needs to. Hodge comes out, and it's going to be ultra jump for Seavark. He might still be in a Hodge, but he does get to port away from Holy Storm, so his health is doing A-okay. He is limited by the shields that he has. The survivability is a lot different, but the damage is definitely visible. Trying to go for a bit of shifting power, get in the arcade power back. Might be able to go for a big setup onto Holy Storm. Is that going to be enough? Has the ticket available and everything. As he's trying to port towards the mage, that's going to be an interrupt. Big damage. Oh my goodness! Slammed down with a touch of the Magi. That was not even a touch of the Magi. That was a slap down of a Magi. What? His booty cheeks got clapped. I don't understand what the burst is. I would love to know what after the duel, if he wants to let us know what the Lego is. I'd be cool with that. I think it's Wargren is up next. Pox is looking at him, and Wargren may be lagging. Hopefully he's not lagging to the point of DC. It looks like maybe he isn't there. Oh, he's back. DV, is he gonna give him a chance? DV is ready. He's got the you know, the weapons and everything. Poison. But I think oh, I guess they're gonna have DV go first. It looks like Seavark is gonna be hanging out. He knows the rogue is somewhere nearby. Shadow Strike coming down immediately. It's just popping on some cooldowns. And Seavark blinked away from it immediately. Divapox going for the soul shape to try to connect. It looks like he's gonna try to see if he can, while frozen, just gotta teleport out of there little by little behind the pillar. Trying to see maybe if he can get himself a bit of a line of sight. I don't know if he'll be able to though. Because I think those images... Oh, no, the images did not catch him. He did get a Shadow Strike in with a Kinder Shot onto Seavark. Does go for a setup. It looks like he's playing one Shadow Dance. So he's going for the big one-shotter wombo combo. So it doesn't look like he's going for the normal setup. It looks like he's going for the big Uno one-shotter, dude. Uno Shato. Oh, Coloca Shadow's coming out. As you see Seavark going for some damage. Does go for a Shadow Strike with no dance there. Or was it no dance? Actually, it might have been the... I would think it was a free Shadow Strike from the Night Fate Covenant. That's probably what it was. Missiles chasing him away, though. Is waiting for another set of dances. It looks like Seavark is going to take opportunity. Not let the rogue reset. Blind to follow. Seavark does have an Iceback if necessary. But DV is going to be able to re-stealth. He does not have the full dance setup here. Although he might still go for Shadow Strikes and make some damage happen. But it's going to be kind of rough. Sitting next to Seavark does go for the Shadow Strikes, trying to make some backsteps happen. Kinder Shot right after, but he's out of reach. Could he maybe go for a reset with a Kinder Shot? I think he might be able to. Almost. Seavark does get him in combat. Smoke Bomb is available. Could Shadow Step to Seavark any moment. Looks like Seavark is going to walk in, keep him in combat as best as he can. Shadow Step away from Seavark, but kind of trying to use the mobility from Shadow Step doesn't really help him much. Exterior Explosions are keeping him in combat. Does use the Arcane Orb in order to get Divapox in combat. There goes the Ice Block. Diva tried to see if he can get himself a bit of a reset. Seavark does, I think, try to go for a spell steal just to keep the man in combat. Might still be able to get himself a reset. It looks like there's going to be a re-stealth while Novad. So he knows he's there. That certain power is definitely going to get him out with a poly. Diva trying to go for evasion. Too bad you can't dodge spells like that. Touch of the Magi available. Full setup available for Seavark. Missiles to follow right after. Alter time in case the rogue is on him. And Touch of the Magi doesn't slap him down. Does some damage, but not as much as we wanted to. Not as much as we were expecting. Big Arcane Barrage missiles right after. Looks like the Seed Pod is activated. Does Seavark have enough damage to bust through the pod? He might be able to. I don't know if Arcane Mages do. Looks like he did have to burn a bit of mana to make that happen. Hunter's Mark on Seavark as Worgen is going to be up next. The pet is there. Resonating Shot is there. Should be able to get a lot of line of sight damage in the grenades. He does have himself Temporal in order to get himself lots of survivability here. Turn around and hit the pet without missiles while he has them. I guess for the procs maybe. And Seavark is going to have to go for a little bit of a reset. He still has Hunter's Mark on him. He did go for Invis into much of ports. But I think the Hunter still can see where he's at. Seavark trying to go for food immediately. Nice. What? Oh, Worgen is lagging real badly, huh? Oh no. Worgen is lagging real bad. Oh, that is very unfortunate. Well, Seavark is able to at least get himself a bit of a reset. Worgen, though, running in place. Well, then. Yeah, he's lagging real bad. I think Seavark is aware of what's going on. And it's giving him an opportunity. Yeah, everybody's crowded, just trying to make sure Worgen is okay. He's hitting the pet, but he's kind of waiting for Worgen. Oh, no. What are they gonna do? Working is back, is it back? Yo, these guys, these boys smell blood. They saw an AFK boy over here, and they were probably like, oh, free kill. Maybe we can make something. They're probably trying to make some content for the stream, you know? It's like, how funny would it be if all just attacked him all at once, if he's actually AFK? They're crowding him. That is intimidating. Good Poly onto Wargren. Looks like he's gonna take a lot of damage. Feign death immediately for that damage. I think trying to make the ledger work. I think he's still lagging, so he's not really able to perceive what's going on in gameplay as easily. Turtle Shell is all efficient powers available. Morgan does recover in a little bit of health. I think the lag is making it harder for him to do this duel, though. I think he literally sees the game differently. Like, he sees the game probably behind or something for us. Like, where Seavark is on his screen is different than it is on ours. Goes for Feign Death. It looks like Morgan is not playing the Legendary with a Feign Death. So he's playing something different here. Trying to make Resonant Shout work, but looks like she wasn't anywhere close to Seavark, though. Which was, yeah, it's a little unfortunate how this duel is going. He at least does get himself a camo, so it's a bit of a re-heal. Has still 100 mark on Seavark, so you should know where he's at. But definitely the lag is impeding the gameplay for him. So we'll hope that he at least has a mildly good experience here with a duel. Mildly good experience. Seavark does know the Worgen plays the pillar game, so he's going to hit him without missiles. He should be aware that Worgen cannot interrupt him from afar. Gets the polymorph around the corner. I don't even know how he does it. The angles for it, that was perfect. Big missiles with a touch of magic. Does Worgen go for a Feign Death at the last second? Might go for it. Feign Death coming out. I think touch of the magic does connect. The freezing trap does slow freeze Seavark for a second, and Worgen is losing out on health little by little. 36% dampened into the duel. 10 minutes. Closer to 11 this time. Shouldn't power available for Seavark as he's getting some cooldowns back. Stun and a knockback onto Seavark. Resonant Arrow and Worgen should be able to get some damage in. Seavark does go for an ice block, trying to deny Worgen any kind of damage. Worgen still holding on to a trinket, so this could be pretty bad for him. Freezing trap onto Seavark as soon as the freezing trap lands. So it looks like his connection is better because he's able to react like immediately to that. He's actually able to react quite well. Mass Invis for Seavark. Try to see if he can get around Wargren. It looks like double blink, double shimmer with a poly just did not connect how you wanted it to. As Wargren is chasing after Seavark as he's trying to reposition himself in a better position, he is going to send some nades at him. The dots from Wargren are going to whittle Seavark down a little bit at a time. With 41% dampening, the shields are not really going to do much either. Seavark is limited on the positionals as well as on the self heals that he has. Hunter's Mark always up, so can't really get an Invis off. He might need to find a way just to get a poly onto Worgen somehow and go for double shimmer. But he's just going to get those dots and grenades and chakrams around the corner, just not letting Seavark get that much pressure on him. Which is how some of our hunters have to play. Does go for an Invis here. That is going to be 60% damage reduction with that Invis. Try to get him sufficient power, and that's also going to be all the time unless he chooses to cancel it. Which looks like he maybe not cancels it. Stun right after the ulti time. Has the trinket ready. And I think Seavark just needs to land a polymer for that's all he can really do. Kill shot. It looks like Wargren does outlast the Arcane Mage. The line of sight is just rough to deal with. It's just rough. The dots at this high dampening with not a lot of healing, especially with that legendary not being used for the triple shield. That is just tough. And that's going to be Chilpa smacking that Wargren quickly. He's teleporting right kill cheap. Yeah, he was teleporting on outscreens too. That is a little bit weird. So maybe he wasn't lagging, but it was like looking like he was lagging on outscreen at that point. Yeah, it looked pretty weird for us to see Seavark. That was awesome though. What legendary did you use? That was a lot of kills. That was 4 kills though. One of them was the C-Pod. So that was a kill that should have counted there. But that was nuts. Yo, what legendary did you use? I actually want to know. Can you send me the legendary screenshot? Can you send me the screenshot one? You like that Mist River damage? That Mist River damage. Oh, each time arcane missiles hits an enemy, the damage of an arcane barrage is increased by 7%. They actually buffing that one to 8% per stack and 18 stack. So I wonder how good that'll be. Yo, you can actually test it. If you go to PTR, you can actually craft 235 item level legendaries on PTR right now if you want to test it. So you can just get Soul Ash, get the item, and just upgrade the one you have if you've copied the character over. See how big the damage is, you know what I mean? Test it out. Maybe it'll be good. Alrighty, boys. That was a long one. Make sure we are not AFK on EU. EU, we got to get you guys rolling. Kragar! Shadow, are you guys ready? Sorry for taking so long, and it was having their fun. Okay? So sorry. 10 stacks in PvP. Is it only 10 stacks? Really? They nerfed that? I wonder if they're going to increase the stacks in PvP though with the buff for this Lego to 18. So how much damage does it do? It looks like it did a bit of damage in PvP though. You look like it had quite a bit of burst there. Bunch of missiles into a barrage on a full setup. That was not bad. Like, that was actually pretty good damage. Like, I know mages play very defensively with a shield Lego because that's probably better. Because it just takes so much damage, so being tanky is probably better. But that was some good burst. That was cool. Playing overpowered. Oh, so 50% more damage with the badge, with extra stats, rune of power, resonance for pets. So barrage deals extra damage if it hits a pet. That's why it's hitting hard. That is so cool. I like that. I was actually hoping that this would, the expansion would be where people would just try to make the most broken one shots, but instead it's like people playing very defensively unless you're sub rogue. You know what I mean? Dalaran, привет из России. Здорово, хорошем настроении. Отличного стрима, здорово, скиндап. Hope you're having a good moment. Здорово. Как дела? Надеюсь, вам понравится стрим. Alright, boys. While Boom is trying to get some Horde gamers in here, requires only one Horde gamer. We need more Horde on NA, boys. But we're gonna get a duel up and running over on the EU with Kragar and Shadow. Kragar, Shadow, Belly, and Brizaz. Write me in real ID right now anything to let me know you're ready. Write me anything in real ID on EU to let me know you're ready. Because I need to know who is ready for EU, who's ready for NA. And I know NA got Boom needs one more gamer and he's good to go. We'll get Boom in there immediately as soon as he gets a full team. Write me. Did Shadow write just now? Write me a couple things just to make sure you're there. Silverk is cute, my lord. How you doing, by the way? Все, огонь. Спасибо за хорошее настроение. Ну, здорово. Большое спасибо, что пришли и смотрим наш стрим. When down swaps to Russian, notice like one word out of the bunch. Yeah, my Russian's a little scuffed, to be honest. It's scuffed. Shadow is here. Belly's here. Looks like Brizaz and Kragar all here. Okay, let's go Shadow and Kragar again. And then we gotta start swapping out EU so you guys play different people. Krachos. We're ready? Belly team? Oh, Belly? Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's get Kragar in here and we'll go Shadow Storm again. And then we'll start swapping you guys around to different people, okay? 954. Okay, Kragar and Shadow, because Kragar's been a while since I played him. Same for Shadow. And we'll get NA after this. NA is gonna be... I was barraging for 30k first week of PvP. Damn. I was doing that first week, pretty sure it was one thing that got nerfed, and then it was all about shields, huh? It's still a lot of fun, like it looks cool. We're gonna get Boom and Night King or ISU. That's how we're gonna do it. We tried one of this already. Boom got 5 core gamers. If 4 gamers can wait about 10 minutes, then we'll get you guys going. I know it's a little bit of a weird setup. Normally this will be EU on an A, but today we're doing both. And I'm trying to make as many duels as we can happen here, boys. I'm a little all over the place, but I'm trying to keep like zoned in, zeroed in. Twitch. Also another single barrage crit. Damn. If only one of those crit, man. That'd be huge. Alrighty, boys. Oh god, we got ourselves team 2 with Washed Up. We got ourselves on that team vibing, still vibing over there. We got Adva, we got ourselves Milpo, and we got ourselves Crooked Hands, I think is the name. I know we talked about it before. We got ourselves, so what is this? What is his name? AOE Podliva. I don't know what it is. AOE. We got AOE though. That's his name. That's gonna be his name. Washed Up, getting smacked around, but AOE dropping down Massive Inferno, trying to go for Shadow Fear right after Cataclysm to follow, but his bleeds are just wrecking him. Mortal Cold does give him a bit of a heal pouring out of there, but AOE charging right back in as a Kyrian Feral Druid. Them bleeds are putting in work though. Trying to land aside that fear, does get to land aside it, interrupt the next fear. Cares about should fly, does go for a Shadow Melt into a restealth, rake, stun. That's gonna be a fear with a wall line of sight though, and that Chaos Bolt so unfortunate, but hey, we just get the hell out of there. On team A, we also got ourselves Mac, we got ourselves Kragar, got ourselves Mary, we got ourselves Sped, I think his name. That's gonna be the short nicknames I have for them, okay? There's probably a much bigger name, and some of them are just like English words just in Russian letters, but that's gonna be my nicknames for them, okay? AOE. we put leave with those some. Oh, big old bite. Oh, Caresball does go flying, but he does get enough damage, letting the bleeds do work. I think AoE put leave up. Isn't put leave like the word like unfair or something like that? AoE unfair or something. Big old Kira instead of big old bite to vibing. Vibing is not vibing anymore. Vibing is actually just the opposite of that. Does hit him with a stun while Wild Spirits is up, doing a bit of damage there. It looks like AoE is gonna get himself some line of sight behind the pillar. Vibing playing that Night Fae as a hunter, it is a pretty good zone, and I mean it does a lot of damage. Also, it makes you do 5% more damage to enemies. However, enemies can just walk out of it. That is a little rough. I mean, I guess same thing for Kyrian, but the Kyrian, like, that crit chance could be really, really nice, right? That's going to be a lot of damage. Plus, for survival hunters, you do get that line of sight that you could just do damage from a distance. Because then for a feign death, does your pet actually die? It looks like that was just a feign death from a pet. That's also undead, which is kind of a whole nother layer of it. AoE just going in, getting some bleeds in there. Going to be chakrams from Vibing. Thorns available, Vibing. He's probably going to go down to that bite, letting the bleeds do the rest of the work while he's maimed. AoE just got the math down. He knows there's going to be big old dots. Advo up next. Going to be a restyle for AoE. Getting hit with a stun by the pet into a Fellstorm right after. Advo should be able to maybe get himself a big pet setup. It's going to be a second stun into a Mortal Coil. Trying to make sure Shadow Bolts work. That's going to be Vile Fiends available. AoE, though, got plenty of heals at the 2-minute mark. It should be able to lock down Advo. If you can interrupt Advo on any of the big casts, prevent him like from getting a big old Tyrant up and running or something, or at least do some damage before he gets the big old port away, he'll be in a good spot. Does go for a stun. The pets are on top of AoE, but the Tyrant just doesn't want to hit him. He's chasing after him, trying to get a melee, trying to give him a hug first, trying to give him a good old hard look. Try to get a cast. Does he get one? Got one cast off. That's as best as he could do, boys. Them. Gonna be a big old leap for Advo as AoE charges right in. Big old bash. That's gonna be Mortal Coil for Advo. Does get himself out of the stun. Gonna be tricked and burned by the Feral as well. Fear to follow. It should be able to get the Feral quite a distance away as Berserk is up. That's some big bites available for AoE too. Leaping right back in on top of Advo, trying to make some damage happen with a stun by the pet, and Advo is just crowding those pets against the Feral. Without a line of sight, the pet is going to take the full damage from all those pets, the imps, the puppy dogs, everything. That's going to be quite a bit of pet damage. But hey, we got some damage of his own. Trying to make the bleeds happen. That's going to be a pretty big heal as he does dip down in health. That's a Friends and Regen emergency heal activated. Is going to get a main onto Advo. Trying to go for the big Kyrian bite setup. Going to be a wall for Advo as the damage comes in. He sees the Kyrian, which is like a minute cooldown. And he's like, you know what? I better pop a cooldown for this dude. This is not going to go well for me. Walled it. That is bleed set up onto Adva though. But I think you should be able to deal with the bleeds with the demon skin. But the damage of the bites is what's really, really scary for him. The bleeds do a bit of work, but the bites is where it's really bad. And AoE is going to catch himself some line of sight as the fear path him way out of there. Waiting out for the Warlock, leaping in, trading pets, Mortal Coil. And he's locked in that stun lock wombo combo. He's going to get that interrupt on the Tyrant. Does go for a Soul Rot immediately. And that Tyrant should still make a play. Bashing the Tyrant play. Try to get the bites in. Does he have any more ways to stop it? Maim. He's still trying to go for the Tyrant. Is he actually? Looks like his health is actually becoming maybe a bit of an issue. Fear onto AoE, and looks like he's going to go for a bit of recovery into an interrupt on the Shadow Cast. AoE might actually have the bleeds ready there. Thorns available. Does get himself a re-stealth into a short range stun, and Advo does get the Fear. Not looking for that Tyrant play at all. He doesn't even have the pets to get the value from it. It looks like AoE, the bleeds, the bites are really setting in. The bleeds are really just, it's more salt into the wound. Gets the damage in onto Advo, and looks like the stun trying to disrupt the seed pod might actually be able to get the seed pod out of there. Oh, the bite ended the pod. The Warlock did come out for a second, but still connected to the pod like with a, like almost with like an umbilical cord, I guess. The pod goes down, so does the Warlock. Milpo is going to be up next, and Milpo is 3. Okay, 3. Right, 3 and 1. As AoE goes in for a bit of a heal, it's going to be a bit of a chess match with these two Pharaohs. AoE does have a Trinket wall available, so does Milpo. Trinket being used by AoE right now. They also do have Cyclones for each other. If they are, actually, yeah, they have Cyclones. They don't even say honor talent anymore. That's silly. Going to be a wall available for AoE as he's trying to make some damage happen. Milpo does have Barksian rolling trinkets out of the bash. That's going to be, I think, the burst from Milpo. So that's good. Yeah, there's burst from Milpo. Here's the Night Fae here, getting locked out on the Convoke, walling up. AoE is going to have to go for a little bit of a reheal himself, going for these bites, trying to maintain these bleeds. It looks like he actually went in for the Curing Potion. Does the removal of the bleeds. Milpo might have to get the bleeds back up and running on AoE. This is going to go for a Bear Form, get himself one Frenzy Region. I don't think we've seen him go in a Bear Form yet, but the Barksian Frenzy Region has not had to be used until now. Him playing that Curing, I think, gives him that survivability with the potions, as well as the consistent damage, which I think just allows us to just put pressure on the enemy constantly. Main one to Milpo, trying to make a big play here happen, almost gets him down. Milpo goes in for a massive heal as AoE is just making work play here into an interrupt onto that Hibernate. Does go for the maim on AoE, but the bleeds and the thorns have set in. Does get himself a quick regrowth instant cast, but he's still a little behind this Carrion Druid as AoE just continuing to put pressure. Barkskin from Milpo for now should be able to hold off for a bit unless his health dips. Thorns available, does go for a bash of the AoE during his cooldowns, getting that interrupt onto the regrowth. It looks like the big damage of that Carrion Brutal Slash is becoming even more brutal with Crooked Hands up next. Or Twisted Pause? Something along those lines. We could call him Twisted. We could call him Twisted. Or Crooked. I don't know. I could call him Pause, and then we could have a lot of other jokes with Pause. Like, hey guys, I gotta get a sip of water. Pause. You know? Like it's stupid like that, you know what I mean? There's gonna be thorns for thorns on both of them. Gonna be both of them playing Curing actually. Whoa! The Curing Druid taking over. Big Star Surges for the Twisted Hands. This is going to be up next versus AoE. It's going to go for some regrowths. AoE actually had to tuck tail and run. Normally AoE is out there bleeding and biting and brutally slashing the enemy, but here, with this Boomy playing the Kyrian, the fact that he can deal with the bleeds as easily as just popping, taking a sippy cup, taking a sipping some Kool-Aid, and now he's feeling a little better. It's actually kind of crazy. AoE is trying to see if he can stay next to him, maybe get an interrupt. Not getting an interrupt on that Cyclone. As Twisted going for a little bit of an Eclipse right now, should be able to make some damage happen here. Needs some dots rolling onto AoE though. As he does actually get himself Frenzy Region. Was that a Frenzy Region, like an emergency Frenzy Region just now from him? Or was that like the one he actually meant to press? Cyclone onto AoE and Twisted trying to make some damage happen. Thorns available as the main goes out. AoE trying to make the damage happen with the Kyrian through the Thorns, trying to heal himself though, saving the globals for the self heals. Twisted getting a big old badge before Cycle comes out, trying to get some resources for himself. Big Star Surge is coming out. It looks like AoE have to dip into Bear Form. Bark Skin, massive heal, and Twisted waiting out until the guy comes out. In Bear Form himself, also catching up a bit of heals. So far, AoE just had like an unprecedented time with these boys. He's going to catch himself what looks like a restyle with a Rake. Bark Skin available for Twisted. And should get himself that second sippy cup by the looks of it. So I think the bleeds are kind of gone. Does he have a sippy cup that gives him like a heal over time too? Or at least it looked like he got a sippy cup there. They got like a twinkle, like a Kyrian twinkle, like bing. It looked like he was actually doing stuff. AoE though, trying to see if he makes some damage happen. Thorns for Thorns. Cyclones trying to come out. They're trying to interrupt each other's Cyclones. And Twisted actually was casting a clone, then used Typhoon. Maybe was expecting for a Skull Bash to be there. Anyway, got a big old nasty bite in there. Gonna be a roar by Twisted. Recovering quite a bit of health though. And looks like AoE is not super high on health himself either. Ursos is available, I think, for AoE. Bash onto AoE. Twisted is gonna get kind of zoned back in, trying to make some RAS happen. Now mine switches to regrowth. As the Kyrian ability is up. Has a lot of damage ready, but not enough sorcerers for it. Trying to get a Cyclone off. Cyclone getting interrupted at the last second. Cyclone coming out himself. Looks like he's gonna get cloned. Anyway, trying to see if you might be able to use the Cyclones, the Twisted Hurricanes, to turn around onto against Twisted. Roar before the Pharaoh really gets the proper opener. These guys got a chess match here. It's very much a back and forth situation. Bark's gonna be available for Twisted. There's gonna be Thorns for Thorns too. And AoE is going to take a little bit of the damage. He does have the big Kyrian setup. Thorns are doing quite a lot of damage to him. Star Surges from Twisted is not helping the situation either. And AoE is going to have to go for a massive, massive heal just now. It's going to get up for a Skull Bash. Still more bites in there. Cyclone trying to make a play. Does knock back the Cyclone as he doesn't have a direct interrupt all the time ready, but that Typhoon is going to be a bit of a Cyclones at first. But the Typhoon is going to be a bit of a play there, isn't it? A bit of an advantageous play. AoE getting hit with a bash. Twisted got himself a Kyrian setup, trying to get into a Eclipse. Doesn't get into an Eclipse, but still trying to make the Star Surges work. But that was a Barkskin for AoE, reducing a lot of the damage. So Twisted did lose out on a bit of that potential burst, but that Barkskin would have stopped your burst anyway, so it is a little rough. It looks like both of them have a Barkskin for one another. Does go for the high mountain racial, trying to see if he can charge around the corner, trying to deal with AoE. Thorns available. AoE actually popping wall. Is he going to go for a big setup? Kyrian is up. Thorns is doing a lot of damage, but his bites are hitting a lot harder. His bites hit differently. With a nice roar, trying to get AoE out of there. Try to get him in a clone while he's low. And that's going to be a bit of a reset for the both of them. These two Druid Juggernauts, the Kyrian Druids, are not giving each other a moment of clarity at all. Even though they basically get a moment of clarity from one each other all the time. Especially AoE. Getting those free shreds, swipes, or thrashes. Big bite onto Twisted, and I think it could be the game over for the Druid. Trying to bash him and moonfire him down. Oh my god, moonfiring the guy down. Wow, he felt very confident at the end there. That was really well played. AoE blasted. That's a lot of healing. That's also a lot of damage, but he just blasted these boys out of there. Very well played. Very well played, boys. That was awesome. That was really awesome, man. That's crazy. Alrighty, boys. Let's get another up and running, yeah? Let's get another duel up and running. Did I just record the wrong duel? Oh, I swear to God, dude. I think I recorded the wrong duel. So that one wasn't recorded. Okay, might just have to rip that from YouTube section, dude. We might just have to rip that one from YouTube. That was an awesome duel, and I don't think that properly recorded. I am going to save it just in case. But I don't know if that one recorded properly. Because we were doing like what, two versions of WoW. It might have recorded an A version of WoW. So that means it recorded me just AFK and in Ouroboros. That would suck, but it's okay. All right, Belly is ready. What about NA? Do we have NA boys ready, boys? NA is ready to game. Night King is ready. So let's go for Night King and boom. And we'll get EU boys in here. Alrighty. Boom. 1-5-4-1 and Night King. Here we go. Now we should be good, boys. This is the day of 1v5 plays? I think so. Except I'm actually really sad because I might have not recorded as well. I need to go back because maybe it did record it. It maybe Shadowplay did end up recording that one, but I'll need to go back. If it didn't, that's going to be like straight stream clip into the YouTube video. I'm just going to need to rip it and throw it on there, dude. You know what I mean? I'm gonna need to rip it and throw it on there. My camera does cover up one of the health bars, but I think that team 1 didn't get to play anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. I think the team 2 was the one with the Twisted and all that and all those boys. Alrighty, let's get another one up and running here. Boyos. I'm gonna make sure though that it does record. So let's disable it. Instrument plays on. Beautiful. It is on an A. We should be good. Change it to the stream so it's better quality, hopefully. Maybe. Switch. We got ourselves BYM. Oh, that's actually Boom. Boom. Except Boom. I guess Boom. That's Boomasaur, though. On a Warlock Demonology. We got ourselves also Dentao as a Survival Hunter. Soulpaw? Is that Soul? Is that Soul? Soulscape? I don't think it is. Name? We got ourselves also Milord Pala. Yo, Feral, can you ask the Feral to be out of cat form and stealth unless they're dueling? Thank you. That's all. They're more than welcome to play, but they're just going to be out of cat form and out of stealth unless they're dueling. Thank you. Versus Erza. Erza getting slapped down quite a bit. It's going to go for a bit of a Bladestorm as that is full wings available from Milord Pala. That is a lot of damage for Erza. That is quite a lot of recovery he's going to need to go for. Here's playing the Venthium. Does have Reflect available in case there's a Hodge coming out from the Paladin. Shield of Vengeance available. Wings are down though, so Erza is going to need to go for a lot of self-heals whenever they can. And user, my man, oh my goodness. My man, how you doing? But I mean, big damage from Milord Pala versus Erza. Wait. Are you a Necrolord now? Did you go Necrolord? Is that a different hammer? You did something different there. Yo, can we get a hashtag username in here? Showing appreciation for a wonderful donation. My man, thanks so much, my dude. 10 bones. Anduin, save Anduin, New King. I say save Anduin. I think the Shadowlands experience is going to make him into a better person. I feel like he still has a lot of creativity to go. Soulscape, how you doing, my guy? Are you in? Is that you? Is that you, Soulpaw? Change the name? You are a Necrolord! What? Are you preparing for the next patch or something? What? Is that good now? What is this? Milord Pal trying to make some damage. Where's Chicago? Trading stuns with the Earth Elemental available. That should be quite a bit of damage into a knockback by Chicago. As they're trying to go for a big old setup. Sky Fury down. Milord Pal making sure to knock that out of the way ASAP. Chicago going for Lightning Lasso. Milord does streak it out of it. And it's going to be Counter-Strike Totem. Milord taking out those totems immediately. That is the one thing about Shamans, is these totems just can be deleted immediately. But I guess the Counter-Strike Totem is that strong. So, I guess makes sense, right? I wonder if they will add totems that cannot be deleted, it cannot be, taken down, but I guess you would have to nerf them a little bit in power. It's a trade-off, I guess. Milord Palo with that Shield of Venus, try to see if he can chase out Chicago. Does go for the stun with the Earth Elemental. That was also wall used into a Hex onto Milord while Shield of Venus still holds. Why are you a Necrolord? Is there a play here? Tell me your secrets. Is going to get that extra shield. That is one of the advantages of the Necrolord, is when you drop on health, you do have an extra shield, which is kind of nice. Not gonna lie. My Paladin team has 3 Paladins. Is it okay? No. 2 Paladins or no more. 2 Paladins, no more, no less. Maximum of 2 of same class. Certain specs not included, like Feral and Boomy. You can have 2 Ferals, 2 Boomies. Stuff like that. Grinding should work like Reflect. Ooh, that would be interesting. That would be interesting. Gonna be dropping down a big old Meteor into a Lasso. I think if they did make totems like work like as a guarantee so you can't kill the totem, they would have to balance them differently. Like grounding would have to work for like 1.5 seconds, then just up and then gone. So you could basically use it to reflect. Into a Hodge for a second. By Milord Palo onto Chicago does throw in the hammer. Every time they do, if you guys are not aware what the Paladin Necrolord ability is, it's all like that for all the Paladins. It's basically like it's like a Necrolord hammer. Think of it like a Judgment but a corrupted version. And it looks kind of cool. Lasso onto my Lord while Sky Fury is up. If the Lasso takes crit, this could be bad for him. But the way the hammer works, since Milord Pal looks like he recovered for the most part, unless Chicago gets massive procs here, does go for the Earth Shock, could be a Lava Burst Bonanza here. Does have a totem down with a Counter Strike, but is going to bail out of there for a second. So the way the hammer works is you throw it, and then your next ability is empowered, where your next Tempest Verdict will also have a Divine Storm. So if you have like a Divine Storm legendary, it works out for that. If you are a proc, your next Word of Glory also gives you that Shield of Righteous, so it gives you the defensive mitigation. For Holy Pally, next Word of Glory gives you also Light of Dawn, like the AoE heal. Frontal Big Cone AoE. That doesn't really heal for much. The Paladins don't really press that often. And in 905, they make it so it generates a Holy Power. Because right now it doesn't generate any Holy Power. So I guess it's going to be a little bit better. And for Milord Pal, there would be a bit more of an extra consistent ability between Judgments, Crusader Strikes, Blade of Righteous, and then that hammer, Vanquish's Hammer, I think is called. It's going to give you more Holy Power. Milord is just taking down all these totems, not letting these things do anything. That's going to be Healing Totem, actually turning around, trying to hit it, trying to make some damage happen with the damage himself, throwing in the hammer. Should be a pretty big AoE. I think that could be a nice combo wombo for Milord Pal with all the wings up. There's going to be like the last trick inside of it. Sky Fury taken out immediately. Counter Strike Totem down. Turn around to take it out with Crusader Strike. Since the totems are nearby, you might as well hit him with it. Looks like he went for a double hammer there. Big hammers onto Chicago. Hodge right after. Does that put Chicago in a winnable position? Milord still has wings burning for a second. Looks like they do dissipate for now. Is going to activate a Battle Master Trick to increase their own health. By the looks of it, when all red health increase, so I'm guessing that's what it is. Trying to see if he can interrupt the Hex maybe. Does have the interrupt. Looks like he missed that interrupt. Does he bubble it? No, he doesn't. Chicago is able to catch up on a bit of health, but the Battle Master Chicken is going to be gone soonish. Rotating out into a Fire Elemental. Burn through a Chill Event very, very quickly. Lightning Lasso available with a Meteor. Does give Milord Pala a shield with the Necrolord Covenant. It's going to be Sky Fury. Big Lava Burst and Lightning Bolts coming out. Milord does retain himself as best as possible. We are at the 5 minute cool, 5 minutes into the duel. Almost 6, 5% dampener. And we will see if Milord can survive this. Fleshcraft available. Hand of Freedom up. Fleshcraft for Chicago as well. Does he have the Fleshcraft that makes him immune to CC? Milord walking over to kill the Counter-Strike Totem, but instead he's just looking at it. He's like, come on, come on, come on. He's actually so on top of those totems. A big damage to Chicago. That was a nice little burst. I mean, he went from like 50% of his health worth of damage if things crit, right? That wasn't bad at all. Lightning lasso into my lord with a Sky Fury. Does have that shield. That shield that he gets from Maldraxxian Covenant, I feel it gives him a little bit of that value because that procs off in this duel. Hodge out of Chicago is trying to go for a hex. Knockback onto my lord, has a Hand of Freedom to keep on moving. Wings available in 10 seconds. Shield event is available in about 5. And Chicago should be A-okay for a bit. Counter-Strike Totem is down. That's going to be Earth Elemental available. Big Zaps available. Shield of Vengeance out for Milord Pala. Massive heal there with a Word of Glory, almost like a lay on hands. It looks like he does have the big proc with a hammer. It looks like Chicago is going to go for the wall from the Earth Elemental. Lightning Lasso does not last long at all. I'm not really sure what stunned Milord Pala earlier. But it looks like all the stunts from Chicago are just super DR. Milord still holding on to wings. Massive heal as a Primordial Bolt connected there. As we hit on that 7-minute mark, trying to make a hex happen. Does he go for a rebuke? Could Trinket out of it. No, he's not going to do it. Those hexes allowing Chicago to get a massive recovery, but he's not going to do it. Killing that Sky Fury Totem immediately, though. Throwing down backwards hammer could be a pretty big hit for Milord. If he gets a nice setup, he's going to trick it out of the pet stun. Interrupt Chicago on lava. Maybe a Hodge, maybe a big setup here. Does he have the big hammer? Does he do it? Yeah, he walked up close enough to make sure the Divine Storm does connect. Chicago gets that shield proc from him too. But Chicago basically has like a healer playstyle with the Earth Shield, healing him for as much as he does. It procs more often when you're low on health, and it heals you for a ton more. Hex onto Milord Pala. Oh my god, this Hex is just the resets are crazy good. Actually, just so good. And Milord Pala, he actually might lose out on a dampening here. Lasso onto the Paladin. Is Chicago going to try to go for a knockback? Trying to position in case Milord Pala goes behind the line of sight, maybe hit him. But looks like it's not going to happen. Standing right in front of Chicago. Lava Burst, a proc that shield from the Necrolord so often. So this is quite a huge value here. He does get value off of it. Throwing in the hammer. Decent proc in Chicago. Trying to interrupt that Hex. Does interrupt that Hex. I think it's probably going to be another Hex from Chicago. There's no way he stops that unless it's a Hodge maybe? Maybe a Hodge here? Does he have it? Wake of Ashes, though, burned through so much of Chicago's health. He's going for a more aggressive playstyle off of that Hex. Shield of Vengeance could be up for Milord Pala. Does not activate Shield of Vengeance early enough. Might need to use it here. Shield of Vengeance up immediately. So Zaps are going to bust through it immediately. Stun on Chicago. Has a knockback. Does Milord Pala have enough damage here? Wings available. Big setup, but does get the wombo combo to Chicago. Got him low enough and took him out. Yo, Soulscape, I don't know if you'll be able to play much. I guess we'll see if Milord Pala ends up playing much here, but if Milord Pala plays like he normally does, I don't know if he'll get much play. Dampening also is kicking him pretty hard here, so that is something to account for. Fleshcraft oil for Chill Pills. Ooh, Chill Pills versus Milord. I do wonder what that's going to look like. Both a Necrolord. Both do lots of damage. Chill Pills got that extra helping hand. Milord bailing out of this. Stun coming out. Could go for a bubble here. Does go for a bubble. Trying to turn the damage and attention back to Chill Pills. AMS is available. Chill Pills is kind of squishy though, as a Frost Detonates do not have the most survivability. Does sacrifice the pet immediately as soon as it summons it. Has death pact if necessary. IBF, maybe. No human racial for that Hodge. Could IBF it ever? And looks like we're waiting for Chill Pills to get some cooldowns back. Milord does have way better recovery. Could put pressure on the Chill Pills. He does have the use of that ability, the Necrolord Vanquish's Hammer, which does give him quite a decent combo. There goes a decent combo, stunned by Chill Pills. He's doing some damage, but he doesn't have the Pillar Frost just yet. That's in 20 seconds. Milord able to recover quite easily. Can you actually... Chain of Ice, is that disease or is that a physical debuff? Because I was going to say, can you dispel those? I know you can Hand of Freedom. Interrupt him on Shadow? Oh, no. I guess you're at least stopping him from being able to get that extra heal. When you're trapped in Shadow, is Vanquish's Hammer not usable? IBF coming out for Chill Pills, trying to see if he might be able to deal with the pressure of a Pala. Looks like he's trying to make that IBF really aggressive. Got him so big stun onto Milord Pala. That's going to be a Blessing of Protection, but I think those Obliterates still go right through it. They're all frost damage, do they though? Stun onto Milord Pala. Those Obliterates going through Blessing of Protection. They ignore it since if those Obliterates are a crit with Killing Machine, they are frost damage all through and through. So Blessing of Protection doesn't even stop anything from Milord Pala. That's going to be Chill Pills with a grip onto Milord. Does to himself. Lichburn available. Stun onto Milord for a second. Needs to get himself more runic power. Hodge onto Chill Pills. Does Milord have enough to stop it? Actually drops low, and that's a fear onto Milord Pala while he's CC'd. That was an interesting play there, but looks like Milord still takes him out either way. That fear while low in health was very, very interesting, because I wasn't a stun. I forgot that was a thing. I didn't know. I forgot that was a thing completely. That is so cool. Why do I think that's so cool? But it looks like it's going to be Seavark is playing the damage build versus Milord Pala. No bobble, no bop, no shield of vengeance. So Seavark, if you can just catch up to my Lord Pala, then he should be in a really good spot. For Pala, he has Hand of Freedom. He has a bit of burst together with the Vanquish's Hammer. It might be pretty good for him. Try to see if he can polymorph. Yep, polymorph with a blink around. We might have to give you guys another go as soon as possible if my Lord Pala does go for a big old 1v5, because it looks like he's gearing up to do that. As we only have Seavark and Peachy on the other team left. Interrupt onto Milord. Does go for an interrupt on Seavark as well. Temporal available for Seavark. High drive to Trinkets follow. And that's going to be Vanquish Hammer available for Milord. Big ultra time available for Seavark in case his health ever dips low. I think Milord Pala trying to see if he can remove it. I think he did successfully remove it. Did go for AoE. Still, I think has Vanquish Hammer ready. His hands are glowing with green. So I think he has a big setup. He just needs to connect with Seavark. Icebug coming out as Milord just got so much pressure. It looks like the Fleshcraft next to Chicago does give him a little bit of an extra spiciness to that shield. Does make it a little stronger. Is going to flash seal in front of Seavark's face since he did get disrupted on Shadow. Throwing in the hammer. That's going to be a polymer for Seavark. Touch of the Magic available yet again with the Rune of Power. Is he going to be able to make the big slap and damage out of it? Below Palette got himself lots of resources ready. Could be done and done for Seavark though. That's a lot of damage out of this Retribution Paladin. That is a ton of damage out of this Red Pala. And Seavark is going to mount up, trying to make some distance from Milord. He is going to get the Coca-Cola bear up and running. Big hammers doing big damage. Seavark without the triple shield legendary at 47% dampening. That is to be added. That is 47% dampening. That is pretty high dampening right now. Ball into Milord. Ultra Charm available. Seavark just needs the Ultra Charm as early as possible. Seed Pod. Does he get the Ultra Charm while in Seed? I don't know if he does. Nope. Looks like he does not. And Milord Pal is still busting through the What? He was still hitting the Seed Pod, even though Seavark was dead. Was that the Ultra Time that did it to him? I think it's the Ultra Time that killed him. And Peach, you're gonna be the last one left. Another Maldraxian hiding in the corner. Where's Milord? Oh no. I'm just gonna wait it out. Second. Hold on. Hit him with the roar, hit him with a clone. Get my resources up and running. 51% dampening. This is gonna be kind of hard. I left. Oh, okay. Okay, I thought it was Ultra Time that killed you. I was wondering. I was thinking it was interesting interaction, but it wasn't. Is Peachy doing the same thing as Is Peachy doing the same thing that Night King is doing? Chill pills, like the same Soulbind, where he'll do a fear when he drops low in health, because that could be pretty cool. Big damage coming out for Peachy. Milord sees it. He just says, you know what? Celestial Alignment's too much. That is a lot of hits. Let's go for a bit of a self-heal, bit of a reset. Especially got still a lot of cooldowns available. Poking out, getting interrupted on that shadow from Milord Palace, sending in the swarm. But I think it should be okay. He has silenced himself outside of the solar beam. And he is dotted up. I cannot wait until Boomy get that buff for the Maldraxian Covenant, where the dots are going to do even more damage. I think it's going to be nuts. Milord setting up for a big old hit. Trying to see if he can make it happen. Big old Hodge onto Peachy. Big damage too. I think Peachy's self-survivability should trigger here when he gets low on health. He does get the swarm to attach to him. So that should be a lot of self-heals. Even though dampening, it is going to be a little bit of recovery. Knocking back Milord for a second, trying to make a cyclone happen. Doesn't get the rebuke, he does not. Milord does have a trinket and defenses available. Trinkets and interrupts Peachy on Arcane. I think he still should have his Frenzy Regen, like Emergency Frenzy Regen used sometime here. Starfire. Milord does have a big setup onto Peachy. Trinkets out of it. Has self-heals if necessary. Is going to send the swarm at Milord, or it's shifted back to him. Either way. And Milord does have a big setup. He's yet to use it though. Maybe he's lagging a little? It looked like he was kind of lagging for a moment. As Peachy does go for a bit of a reset himself. 15-minute duel, 63% dampening. I gotta make sure that I'm not logged off on EU. Yo, so I really don't know if you'll be able to get much play this game. Not gonna lie. Just because it looks like Milord is about to sweep it. And we're also doing EU today too. So it's a extra long stream. We're doing NA as well as EU. We're trying to get as many duels here at once. So if you want to stick around for the next one, we can maybe have the team like, yo, can I go first? You know, I'm a big streamer boy, you know, streamer benefits. Maybe they'll be cool with that. You know what I mean? I can probably do that. If you guys keep the team together, it will be like 10 or so minutes for the EU duel. But I do want you to get a play. Chilling with GF, streaming break. Perfect. That works out for me then. Perfect. Peachy catching a restart. It is a 67% dampener duel. At this point, barely any healing is available. But the Lord always has that advantage of a bubble. Shield of Vengeance, which barely gonna do anything here, but the bubble is gonna be huge. Peachy catching up on that absorb with the flesh scaff, so is Milord Pala. And Milord, you can see usually he's looking for other bodies, but since everybody left the arena, that's not a body that he can like siphon from. Everyone with chill pills chilling there, you know, his corpse is hanging out. But if you can find yourself somebody who's recently just died in a duel, you can get a bigger shield. Big setup by Milord Pala while his shield is holding on for just a little bit, just the smallest bar of absorb there, slowing down Peachy as Peachy trying to make some range happen. Peachy, I think, needs to get Milord Pala out in the open, keep him slowed, let the dots do work, get a bunch of Star Surges in there. You know what I mean? But that's the only way I think he can win this, because line of sight with Milord Pala, he's gonna get so much recovery. I mean, both of them are going for resets, so Milord Pala might as well too. But you know, like if he's gonna line of sight him this whole time, might as well stop, get yourself a heal or two. I feel like it's just gonna put Milord Pala ahead, and with the fact that he has a bubble, that's just gonna make it hard. So Peachy is gonna have to force a bubble out, then come back in, and then do some more damage. You either have to go for a very, very sustained playstyle, or like really big burst out of nowhere. And I don't really know against Milord Pala, because he had a lot of self heals. I think he's just like Jimmy on the spot there with the defensives and heals, because you trust his defensives for heals, but does it trust with this high dampening? What I'm saying is he's probably not going to Word of Glory immediately. He's just going to bubble immediately, so he's not going to let himself drop low. Wall available for, or Barkson available for Peachy. Hodge, it looks like it's going to be set up by Milord Pala. Trinkets out of the bash though. Hand of Freedom and Pony's back up and running. Peachy disarming him as he walks in. That disarm could actually be pretty big. Still gets himself the big proc. There's big damage coming out from Peachy, and he bubbles in immediately, exactly as I predicted. This way usually Word of Glory, but he's just like, you know what? I'm a drop. I gotta bubble now. This is not gonna go good. Has a Shield of Vengeance just in case. Peachy does catch a reset, so Peachy can somehow get a reset. It was if Milord knew what he was, just put a consecration at the, doors, Peachy would have just been stuck. It would have been very similar to Boom with the last duel, because Boom ran into what Lordaeron, one of the rooms as a rogue, and the Paladin came in, put a consecration there at the door. And you could re-update consecration before it fades, so you basically just kept inching consecration closer and closer to the wall, and Boom had nowhere to go, just sapped him and ran by. But he found an opportunity. Peachy poking out, getting the dots rolling. Milord Paladin no longer has a bubble. Peachy not a lot of health, but if you can just do damage from afar without the Paladin closing the gap, I think it was 10 yards in the Hodge, he will be in a good spot, or maybe potentially decent spot. It's a Paladin, you know, it's just rough. But it looks like the mobility and the line of sight does allow Milord Paladin to see where the Feral is at. Could close the gap. Bob coming out actually could still maybe Bob stops the roar though, so that's gonna prevent the big damage out of Milord Pala. Does disarm him. Bob is down, like it's gonna do anything against the Boomy. But Peachy is super low. Does he have any health recovery? Bash from Milord Pala. Wait, Milord Pala is actually kind of low. Could we make a Star Surge happen? This could be actually pretty good. If he lands an interrupt onto Milord Pala on a heal, this could be great. Does go to bear for him. Trinket is available. Milord Pala barely in health. It looks like Peachy does get the thrashed off at the end. He did it. He did it. But the Vanquish's hammer on a Paladin actually did quite a bit, huh? And Peachy leaves. And Peachy leaves. Oh my god. This he leaves. I know it's like super high dampening, and I know he's not gonna win whatever the next duel is, but it's just go. He leaves. 1 million damage with him. Oh my god. He just leaves. Okay. Leaving by itself isn't funny, right? Leaving is like, it's confusing. But when you have had people leave, what does that do? With a Paladin Mary and it's 20 minutes and he just leaves? It's like, what? After all this? I am dissatisfied. That's hilarious. Yo, so we'll get you Boom still has a team. We'll get you guys immediately, probably versus Night King. Let's gotta get the EU rolling next though. Let's get EU in here. Kraken and Shadow played each other. Belly fresh out of storming gates into the arena if you let us. Briaz wants to play. I guess we could do Briaz and Belly. I mean, those two played each other. I wanted to get Krager in, but Belly, we gotta get a chance. Briaz, we gotta get you a chance. So let's do that, right? If we get time, we'll get Krager, Briaz. We'll get Shadow, Belly, or flip that. Yeah, Soul Escape. We're doing a really quick one on EU because we already have a group, and then we'll go back to an A. So it'll be like 10 minutes or so. for the duel. If Briaz goes first, it could be 2 minutes. Because it's Briaz, but Breezaz. I don't do it on purpose, Breezaz. I really don't. Breezaz and Belisarius. You know how our Belly, you're offline again, my guy. Yo, 30 seconds, Belly. I know, move on and then move on. Oh no, you're not. Breezaz, is he offline? Are you guys part of the same group? Unless I messed up your names. Yes, I did spell Breezaz's name wrong. Completely. Every time I type out Belly's name, I for some reason get confused with the word, with the specific letters in his name, right? Spelling of it, and then I think of Miley Cyrus, like the last name Cyrus, and for some reason it just works for me. I don't know why. I just had to share it with you guys. Real Soulscape from Twitch? No, it's a fan account. No. If you guys navigate to the Soulscape channel, you'll. It looks like Real Soulscape, but it's just a really in-depth, very detailed fan account. Like he has exactly the same videos as Soulscape, and he actually does have a stream. His name is exactly Soulscape, and he even looks just like Soulscape. But it's just a really committed fan account. Trust me, 100% guarantee. Hundo P, no cap on a stack. I hate some of these Zoomer words, dude. I hate them. Did I save that one? I hope I did. Also, got a shadow play. Turn it off. Turn it on. Is it on? It is. Okay, you guys saw it, but I didn't apparently. Weird. That was US, right? Yes, because Boom is on the same team. Boom is on that in that team. He didn't get to play, but he's US. We're never doing these EU and NA duels again. That's just so confusing for my head, dude. My brain can only operate. My brain operates at a quad core, 1.4 gigahertz Intel CPU. Okay, it does not do well in like this much going on. You know what I mean? It just does not, dude. Switch. Got ourselves Unstoppable getting blasted by Lucifer. Lucifer himself joins the duels. What is he at? You know what? I feel like Lucifer, I think it would need to change the name. I feel like the name Lucifer would need to be used for like the worst, the scummiest classes in the game. So like a sub-rogue with 100% crit, one-shot burst setup that literally vanishes and doesn't open up until he has every cooldown. That would be, oh! Big damage out of unprecedented damage. Take it down, Lucifer. All evil in this world has been slain. Go out and sin, boys. Our sins have been atoned for. I don't know. I have no idea how Unstoppable did all that damage, but that was a lot of damage. I feel like the rest of the team, Atherman, is just kind of surprised. They're still trying to figure out who's going first or last. We got Wolfquats in there, we got Bellies of Fury, we got Plagues, and we got Atherman as a Red Paladin. I love that animation for these things. It's so good. On the team, Unstoppable, we don't even know if they'll get to play, but we got Laforen. We got ourselves Kata. We got Spike Covette as well as Wolf. Swapping. Sorry, I just sorry. That was a little unfortunate. I gave somebody whiplash in the chat just by doing that. I got confused who is who. But Plagues is going to be up next. Retribution Paladin. Is he playing that? Most likely OG Kyrian setup. Probably the standard setup. I thought that was a Necrolord Hammer for a second. Bubba coming out as Unstoppable, just softening him up already with just a couple of zaps. Plagues waiting to use all his cooldown. Actually, Wings have been used early. So Unstoppable just waiting out until he can get another Primordial Bolt in there and really take Plagues down, doing a lot of damage. Lava Burst available. Lasso. Oh! That's a lot of meatballs. That's a spicy meatball, boy. What is going on? Unstoppable just walking in. He's like, I'm an Elemental Shaman. He's not even dropping a Sky Fury totem, and these meatballs are just blasting him, dude. Is he just the luckiest man or what? He won the lottery. Yo, Unstoppable after this, when because I know it's EU because it's late. I don't know if lottery shops are open or whatever you guys have over there. But go get a lottery ticket tomorrow or something. I think you're pretty lucky, my guy. While available for Unstoppable, by the way, kids, don't gamble. That's not a thing we're promoting here on YouTube. Don't gamble. Gambling is bad, okay? Gambling is bad, okay? Wolf Quats, Lasso, no Lava Burst to this one at least. That is a lot of damage, but no Lava Burst, or at least flying while that's happening. Wolf Quats got him some wall available. That is a pretty big defensive just gone. Unstoppable trying to see if he can get himself a kick. We gotta be nothing. Unstoppable can stop with Convoke is actually full. Interrupt him when nature actually puts Unstoppable in that bad of a spot. Does have an Earth Elemental. Trick us out of the bash. Trying to go for heal. It's this massive heal. Actually, the Wolf Quads almost took him down with a massive Convoke just now. That was a lot of damage there. Trying to see if he can get himself a big Stormkeeper as he's interrupted on lava. Could be lots of damage from Wolf Quads. Does he have a Primordial Bolt to follow up? Lava Burst available? Is that big Lava Burst? No Primordial Bolt to combine with that. What's the cooldown on Primordial? Like a minute? 45 seconds? Looks like a Primordial Bolt has been used there, I'm pretty sure. Lava Burst flying. Big Urshick to follow. Wolf Quads find himself super low. Trying to see if he might be able to bail out of there. Goes for a restyle for a second. Trying to bail out. Frost Shock's keeping him in combat, though. Big Meteor coming in as Unstoppable swapping out for another pet. It already burned the wall from the Earth Elemental. So he's in a good spot. Trying to get some heals in there. Wolf Quads does not have an interrupt for it. Unstoppable just continuing to harass the boy until he gets the big zaps available. The big Earth Shocks, big Lava Bursts, big Stormkeeper Lightning Bolts into a Lightning Lasso right after Fire Elite, trying to make some damage happen here. And that's going to be a Lava Burst to follow. One more Lava Burst, and down he goes with a bash. And now he's pretty DR'd. Belly cannot even DR him if he goes in for DR. The Fury Warrior rolls in. Fury actually can dominate a... Ooh, big knockback. But Fury can actually do so well against Enhancement Shaman. Going to be Primordial Bolt set up. Unstoppable does have a wall. Because last time we watched Krager versus Unstoppable, it was a close duel. But Krager, I feel like, had in the bag. But looks like... Oh, it looks like Bailey did not expect that kind of damage from him. Big damage. Did not get himself a reflect. No shield... no... Enrage regeneration. Looks like Atha is the last one to fight for Team 2 boys. Belly, I think, is just gonna maybe sweep it. Goes in for a bit of a bow with Atha. This could be really interesting. Atha versus Unstoppable adaptation, which does that work with Lasso? I think it should, right? Because Lasso is 5 seconds, but I could be wrong. What heal is that? That's Earth Shield heal, I think. But also, Elemental Shamans heal for a lot there, boys. They heal for a ton. Unstoppable gets himself a big old Primordial Bolt setup. Lightning Lasso does force adaptation, so Unstoppable is going to be able to use it every other one, unless he wants to go for a Hex. And then he can maybe use a Hex, force adaptation into a Lasso, then that would work. But it's going to be Atha trying to get himself Seraphim rolling, but Unstoppable just got to hit him with a slow and run out of the Frost Shocks that he can just continuously cast over and over. It's just huge advantage. The slows on a Paladin, the wheelchair really does come out, besides the rare bouts of Hand of Freedoms as well as Pony. Ashen Hollow trying to make a play. Maybe he was just trying to see if he could bait a kick from Unstoppable with that Ashen. But if he could maybe put Unstoppable in the Ashen, like make sure Unstoppable is somewhere in the corner, put Ashen where any direction Unstoppable goes, he's going to be in that Ashen for quite a while. Like if he puts him in the room. And then you actually could keep that Shaman in Ashen for quite a while, or like zone out a whole area, like line of sight from Unstoppable, because I think it goes through wall too. Grathaman got himself full wing, Seraphim available, could be huge damage. Wall up for Unstoppable right now with Stormkeeper available. Primordial Bolt up, has a lot of potential damage, pushing in against Athaman. Could go for Ashen Hollow here, knows that Unstoppable is going to come to him, so he's going to take a lot of the free damage. Free healing for Athaman as well. Interrupt Unstoppable on a nature cast. I think maybe, did his zaps even go through it? Look like he tried to cast a lightning bolt in between. Maybe he didn't account for one of his zaps not being available after that Stormkeeper. Maybe Stormkeeper lasted for too long and didn't get its full value. Doorway Shadows for Athaman trying to get close to Unstoppable. Light the last separate. The true adaptation does come in to play. Athaman is forcing Unstoppable to at least walk in Ashen for a second here. It's taking some damage from that Ashen. Does give Athaman Hammer of the Righteous, I think. Should give him the random Hammer of Righteous procs too for some damage. I don't know if that'll end up helping him too much or not. Seraphim available, Hand of Freedom though, but Unstoppable does create plenty of distance. Does Atha have a Hodge to set up on him? It's going to be a Primordial Bolt set up onto Atha. Big Lava Burst to follow. Does have the Legend of Procket for him to get himself out of that bad situation. 50% damage reduction, but those Lava Bursts continued to just bite at his health. The bubble was used, and Atha might have to be looking at a defensive place here. Does get Unstoppable to half health, but with that Urshield Legendary, you're basically a Restoration Shaman. Not much you can really do against that. You just have so much self-heal. The Maldraxxan shield comes in too with that green bubble around him. And Athaman with that Hand of Freedom continuing just to do whatever he can versus the Shamsky, but Stormkeeper available. Primordial Bolt should be up very, very soon. The Lava Birds do get a big proc. Lightning Bolt's coming out right after. All you have is Shield of Vengeance only in 8 seconds. Unless you go for mass heals, which dampening should permit it. Adaptation gets out of that lasso. Hodge Unstoppable defensively though. So he has to be playing it very, very safely for a little bit longer. But it's just super safe plays back to back though. Extra safe plays. Not much you can really do in that situation. Knocking back Athel for a second. She'll start from available. I think he tried to go for an interrupt. Does get the interrupt on Doro. Shadows not letting him get close at all. Good Doro Shadows now is going to be right next to him. And should be able to make some damage happen here. Stun onto Athel, taking out the totem. Wall available for Unstoppable. Does have a very short studio on the wall. Lasso right after. 21% dampener. Primordial Bolt set up. If you give himself a big old lava burst. Moving with that lava burst, knowing that Athel is going to pony up. It does get interrupted on... I don't even know what. I think lava. I think fire. Think of a lava burst that got interrupted there just now. But Atherman, I mean, that just, I mean, so much range. Just the mobility from Unstoppable and Athor. He just pops him in a Frost Shock to hit him with a slow, goes into Ghost Room for extra mobility, runs out of there as a wolf form, and just has so much range on it. Athor doesn't really have a lot to really use his line of sight to force the Shaman to him to make some damage happen. I mean, this massive tombstone in the middle is a little bit of help, and the card on the side, and there's some tombstones on the left-hand side as well of the arena, but they don't really do much because the Unstoppable just runs by, hits him with a slow, runs the other direction. Atherman needs to keep walking there, but the Frost Shock slow just doesn't really do much. Like, he can't really counter it much. Hand of Freedom is there once in a blue moon, but Paladin's mobility, dude, that is not two things that go together at all. Big knockback by Unstoppable, puts him out in a bad spot. Atherman running back for safety as fast as he can, does get a hodge. Unstoppable get a big setup onto Atherman, doesn't trap him on Holy, and the big lava bursts come in. No way to counter this man. 5-0. And Unstoppable just blasted through the enemy team before dampening even got super high. Like, the two guys at the very beginning just blasted through, just out of nowhere. Big lava bursts, just making plays. Absolutely insane Shaman plays, boys. Literally arrested Shaman though with that Lego. I do wonder if Blizzard will end up nerfing that Lego or not. Like for Elemental. I don't think they will though. Before anybody gets upset, please tweet it in chat. I don't think they will. Okay, let's get NA Duel up and running next, boys. NA Duel, we got Boom. Soul had to go. Oh, unfortunate, but it's okay. We'll get Boom in here. Night King, are you ready? Jeff Gang, do you got a group? You guys doing more? At least one more. At least one more. We're trying to do as many of these as we can do. We've been up for 3 hours doing these. It lasted me for 18k. Did he have a trinket available for that lasso? Because if that lasso crits, like, it could do a lot of damage. Chan played very good. He played really well. He did play really well. We have 5. Boom has 5. Okay. I was hoping we get soul skip on one of these, but yeah. If we... yeah, maybe next time, right? Maybe next time. Because I know that Saturdays or weekends, he's usually doing raids, but I don't know if his raid schedule changed or not. Maybe we'll see him around more often. I really wanted to give him a chance, though. Just today was a weird day with EU and NA at the same time. Dalaran 5V5, could you add Peachy? For real ID? Yeah, Peachy, what's your real ID? I could add you. If you guys have a group. Dude, I love Soul. He's such a cool guy. Like, his streams are really chill, and the duels he does, like the out in world PvP, they're so damn cool, dude. He's just taking on 2 people at once like it's nothing. That guy is just built different, dude. The way he plays the game is just so different than everybody else. I remember in BFA, he would just be running around in, like, what is it, the Uldir? What was it called? Uldum, right? Uldum. It's old something, dude. It's old something. Well, they had the invasions here. He would just be running around whenever it's not like old purple, like when it's the other one. And he'd be out here in the halls of origination, just hanging out on the tops of these pillars, just massacring people as marksmen. And then somebody attacks him, he just will swoop away and kite like 8 dudes around and just take him out one at a time. It was insane. I'm Necrolord because I need the armor? You mean the shield, or you just want to go for the Mog? Are you trying to get all the Mogs collected, my lord? Is that what you're trying to go for? Trying to go through all the covenants, collect all the Mogs and all their gear? Because that armor does look good. Plus, they're buffing Necrolord as well, aren't they, my lord? Are you going to play it for the buff, or are you just going to play it for the armor once you get the set and you're going to swap? All rest of Shami healed. Or Elemental is sick AF? Yeah, it's pretty nutty. Can you go Prot if I go last? Nah, dude. Prot is just weird. Prot is just weird. Okay, let's get you guys up and running. Night King and Boom back in here. Since most of Boom's team didn't even get a chance to play. I think it'd be fair to let him play. Here we go. Yeah. Can I get some yes or no? Yeah, prots, tanks are... We usually don't let tanks in just because it's kind of weird. It's hard to like balance them. They're not balanced for PvP really. Yeah. Like there are some occasions like I would be okay with it. Like if a tank was like, yo, I figured out a one shot where I can global somebody. I really want to try it. It'll be entertaining. Like if a tank is entertaining to watch, I'm okay with it. But if a tank is just like, you know, a tank, just live Lord McGee for like 8 billion years, that's not just enjoyable to watch. You know what I mean? Because tanks just like will win because of battle of attrition, or they just lose after like a long while. It'll be like a 20-minute duel and the tank will down and it'll be like, well, you know, Vici can't add people, so I guess I'm the last in the group who can join. Oh, really? Peachy can't add people in reality? How come? Maybe it's a bug or something. Either way, let's get a duel up and running, boys. Switch. We got ourselves Team 1 and Team 2. Team 2 is going to have Chill Pills, the man with Arizona going to be first up as a Fury Warrior. We got ourselves Chicago. We got ourselves the Bulk. The Bulk as well as Reactive, but the Bulk, look at that man. Oh my god. Why does he look so funny in this thing? It looks like he's a kid in like a shopping cart or something. He looks hilarious. We got ourselves BWM as Boom on a Demonology Warlock with Holy Spruce, the red palette. We got the name. We got ourselves Milord. It looks like Dentaga as a is that troll survival hunter, like female troll, not a Xanda. Gonna be out versus Chicago, throwing out the nades. Chicago trying to get himself set up. Is gonna be a harpoon by Dentaga. Light Lasso with a Sky Fury. Trinkets out of it. I think it's gonna be Pet Sack taking down the Sky Fury immediately. Gonna be the Earth Elemental. Does go for a stun. Chicago trying to get himself a little bit of a setup. It looks like Dentaga just trying to maintain the dots in Chicago as best as possible. What kind of legendary is Dentaga playing, by the way? I guess we'll find out if they feign death, but I think they're playing the... It looked like maybe the Serpent Sting one, because that one could be pretty good. Lava Burst around the corner for Chicago. Did use the wall with the Earth Elemental. Going to be a Feign Death by Dan. They do play the Feign Death Legendary for a defense. And dropping down Frost Trap on the side in case Chicago pushes in. I guess could also use it for the Earth Elemental too. Look, Chicago is going to push in. Does eat the Frost Trap. And then actually had to go for Eternal Shield here. I don't know if he was able to use his self-heal. I think maybe the Flame Shock burned the self-heal. Feign Death was used for a second, and I think Chicago actually used the Primordial Bolt into the pet. Didn't even need to use it though, because Lasso was enough to take him out. Lasso was enough to do him in with that job. Holy Spruce is going to be up next as a Retribution Paladin. Nice armor set, actually. Oh, he's got like a one blind eye. That looks so cool. Actually looks so good. Got him some Sky Fury rolling. Chicago dropping down big Earth Shocks onto Holy Spruce. He had to go for a bubble. Rotated every defensive with eye for an eye. Even though he only has one eye to work with here. Bubble available. Is that insensitive? Into Seraphim as well as Wings. Sorry, that was an insensitive joke. With a Lightning Lasso for Chicago. Does force a trick out of Holy Spruce. As Chicago is bailing out of there. Hits him with a Primordial Bolt. Does get an interrupt in there. Just needs a Lava Burst. So there could be big damage. Hodge by Spruce, and Chicago's just gonna have to wait it out. Has a trick if they need to. Lava Burst needs to come out. Does he get interrupted? He does get interrupted with the Hex to follow. Does Primordial Buff last for long enough? Because you could maybe get a Lava Burst out of there. Potentially. Does he get one? Or is Primordial Buff lost? I don't know what the window is for that one. Lightning Lasso with that Sky Fury tone him down. Does he have maybe a Lava Burst set up? Looks like he's gonna go for a knockback away from the pillar. And Holy Spruce without a bubble. He's put in a very, very bad spot right now. Frost Shocks to keep the Paladin slowed. Could maybe get some damage in. Having to go for Lightning Bolts because I guess he doesn't have anything else set up for damage. So he's just trying to make whatever he can happen. Lava Burst just fly. Does not get a second one rolling in there though. I'm switching the wrong people, I guess. Because the Hunter probably left maybe? Holy Spruce going for an interrupt in Chicago. Lava Burst does himself Stormkeeper. Could be big damage. The zaps come out. Hodge onto Chicago. Holy Spruce is going for Flash of Light. Chicago still has lots of damage ready. Second zap comes out. Not as much damage. Lava Burst comes in. Light Lasso should break the shield of Vengeance, but does not take Holy Spruce out. Barely gets him low. Trying to go for a Hex so Holy Spruce can heal. And Chicago catches up on a little bit of heal. Needs to go for a big setup with Holy Spruce. Primordial Bolt maybe. Has him Frost Shock, so he can't really go far. And he does have to keep Frost Shocking him, knocking him out, trying to see if he can interrupt the cast. Doesn't have the interrupt for a bit himself. Lava Burst does get him low, but Holy's continued to heal himself as much as possible. Does he have cooldowns coming in? Wings available very, very soon. Massive Earthshock gets him super low. Lasso, I think that could be the end. Unless somehow it doesn't crit. It didn't... Oh, it crit the land. What? It crit at the very end. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. Name is going to be up next. Yeah, somebody did leave, so I think it is shifting out the order from him. keyboard wise. Cheap shot in Chicago does go for a wall. His name gonna go for, is name playing that one? Yeah, he playing a one dance setup, dude. He's going for that one dance. He doesn't need a bunch of them. He just needs a one good dance. But that was wall used by Chicago. And also notice there's an eyeball just kind of scouting. I think it's Boom with the eyeball, just trying to get a better angle of things. Trying to watch the duels from close up. Name stock in Chicago does have a shadow step for it. Sap as the eyes is picked up. What is he gonna do without a shadow dance, by the way? Because he can't really do much. He's trying to go for backstabs, and that's gonna be trinket burned by the both of them. Actually, Stormkeeper down. Name should take that Stormkeeper buff ASAP. The totem. Looks like he's not going to do it. There's going to be a big old meteor coming down on him. But anyway, I think the meteor missed. But the dot from the fire elemental is there. Should be able to catch a resell. That totem almost got him in combat, though. Actually, maybe if anything, it would have slowed him. But I don't know if it would have got in combat. But the Earthbind totem does radiate a slow over there. Sap it in Chicago. Does Chicago have an Earth elemental? Because if they have an Earth elemental, they could make something happen. Does Shadow Strike at Chicago? With the Shadow Blades available, Counter-Strike Totem is down. I don't think it's going to do any damage through line of sight. Kid Shadow Chicago trying to make those Shadow Strikes happen with a dance combo. Chicago does get a massive shield and lots of healing. His health is barely going anywhere, as if he's got a big defensive up, but it's just the Earth Shield healing is just nuts. Look at that Earth Shield heal. He just auto-attack and he just got a massive heal. 5% of his health, 10% maybe. Big Invisor, but Chicago just gets a heal from it anyway. Cloak Shot is available for name. Does get interrupted in Chicago, and look at like he wants to just give himself a reset behind the pillar. And Chicago just pushing in. If they can keep a flame shock on the rogue lasso, I think it's over. Wait, no, lasso didn't last long enough. There's going to be advantage for name. Sap in Chicago. Got out of combat there really quickly. A name has dance available if he wants to go for a setup. Chicago without a trinket does have a wall. The Urchill is just going to keep himself healed the whole time, so I don't really know what you can really do about it. But Name has Cold Blood ready and everything, so he has himself a setup. Probably just going to wait for Chicago to pick up the eye. Shadow Striking at Chicago, trying to go for the Night Fae ability immediately. That's going to be the Counter-Strike Totem up. It looks like Counter-Strike Totem does get eliminated. Earth Elemental is up, so that's going to be a big defensive Chicago. And he can use the defensive while he's stunned, so that's going to be another setup for Name. With Primordial Bolt chasing him away. Lava Burst flying, didn't get the big juicy proc of Lava Burst, but still did quite a bit of damage. And Name looking for a bit of a reset. Does have the conduit where when he goes into stealth, he does get a pretty massive shield. So it is pretty massive for him either way. Sap in Chicago while the Earth Ellie is up. The Earth Ellie should have a stun sometime soonish. He recently stunned. But he should have one available sometime soon-ish, maybe. Sometime in the near future. Drop down the totem in case Name is there. Should be able to send the elemental at Name, and he knows exactly where he's at. You might not see him, but he knows exactly where he's at. Lasso, trigger for Name. Is he trying to get some comp points up and running? There's going to be another Counter-Strike Totem is up. Probably needs to eliminate it if he goes for a kidney shot. Goes for a kidney shot on to Chicago. Getting knocked back with a stun. Dropping back in. Counter-Strike Totem is doing quite a bit of damage. Name's health is dropping faster than Chicago, and he's the one doing damage, but Chicago is in a full stun. It's because Chicago gets heals when you Counter-Strike, and the Counter-Strike just keeps zapping you. So you do 100% of the damage back to yourself, like thorns. But also Chicago just gets a heal from it. Name, though, does get himself a couple re-stealth back-to-back, so he's in a good spot for now. But Chicago just has an impenetrable defense. Earth Shield, the big defensives, Earth Elemental. I mean, there's just a lot to deal with. Name also playing that one dance of Shadow Dance. It's interesting. I do wonder if it's actually helping him at all. Shadow Blade's available very soon. He could go for a full stun Chicago here with a kidney shot, I guess. Or do you go for cheap shots? Because I know that I played a build where I played with deeper strat for this setup and made your visitors hit a lot harder. Shadow Strike does come out while available for Chicago with a lasso right after. Sky Fury is available. Name is still in a decent spot though. Cloak of Shadows is available if he needs to use it. Fire Elemental does join the fight. Meteor does not come down just yet. Does go for a kidney on Chicago. Looking for that reset. So he did get a wall out of Chicago. Chicago still has a trinket if necessary. So he's still not in a bad spot. The Fire Elemental does catch him almost. Walks by him. That's going to be another Saparuni by Name. The Chicago just kind of chilling out here. Fire Elemental drop down a Meteor just on top of him. Just in case. You never really know if the rogue might be near you. But it's going to be Fleshcraft. Does interrupt it. Lightning Lasso right after. He doesn't open it with Cheap Shot. I wonder if there's a reason for it. Kidney Shot in Chicago? Maybe that's why. He's trying to go for a full Kidney Shot. And that's going to be a Hex to follow. Stormkeeper available for Chicago. Does he have the big setups? Lightning Bolt's coming now. Double zaps. And Name goes in for a blind to Chicago. No trinket available this time. So Name might actually have it here. He is not burning a Mark for Death into a kidney shot. I do wonder why. Maybe he's trying to go for like full kidney shot into Shadow Strike's Eviscerate, Mark for Death Eviscerate. Maybe he's just trying to maximize the damage. But he just puts himself in a weird spot against Chicago with those lassos after. But maybe it'll have a big payoff. Does go for a Shadow Strike knockback kidney shot. Chicago did not have the proper answer here. Knockback was just not enough. As Name does not have dance available, he's just trying to make those backstabs do as much damage. I think he might have used the Night Fae ability, but hard to tell. But it's going to be some healing surges while Name all the way behind the way farther back pillar. Trying to go for as much a reset as he can. Does not get a proper restealth. I think he might be able to get a Shadow Strike in if he used the Night Fae ability just now. Or if he used the Night Fae ability earlier. Might be able to get one Shadow Strike in. Kidney shot on, kick on to Chicago. Does get the Night Fae thing rolling with a kidney shot. Trying to make the big damage happen. Shadow Strikes are flying. And Chicago's actually at super low health. Actually does get the killing blow. And there goes the Vanish for Name. I wonder if that burst is better if you end up using Vanish, right? If you know the enemy does not have any defensives or any outs, no trinket available, and you just go for that full burst and you vanish, is that deadly? Is that what you're supposed to do? Huh. I wonder if that's the play. I mean, that's a risky play because you are burning Vanish, so if you don't get the kill, you don't get the kill, but I wonder. Airs are going to be up next, trying to see if he can just whirlwind Name out. Is going to open up with a cheap shot on him. Trying to make some damage happen. No dances for that one, though. Just trying to go for a cheap shot, I guess. Get maybe a Rupture rolling on the guy. It looks like he might have gotten Rupture because he's ticking down to something. Shadow Strike's coming out for Name. Does get hit with a fear. Airs is just waiting it out fully. So he's just going to wait out for Rogue's cooldowns. Trying to make those big condemns happen, though. Big leap right after. 37% dampener. Airs does need to use that Rage for a defensive every time he's fighting Named. That fear and trying to just let him sit in that fear is not a bad idea, but I think he might just go down here. Not a lot of healing available unless he goes for charge heal, and I think the Rogue just will have him if he has any dots. Rupture? No Rupture by the looks of it, so maybe Erza might be able to maybe get a heal. I don't think they have a mage on their team. So Name is going to be able to Shadow Strike him, but he's going into the Wolf's Den. And does get the Shadow Strike off, trying to Shadow Step off of somebody. In cap comes out immediately as the Bulk is next, dude. And he's using bulk of his damage. Trying to go for a stun right after with that Culture and Haymaker. Name goes for a kidney shot, looking for a reset. Big mobility out of the soul shape. And does get himself a restyle since he does get away from all those images. The Bulk, I think the bulk of his damage still is there. He does have Zuwen, he does have everything. Man, this guy is pretty. Are you Kyrian? Oh my god, his eyeballs. Oh, he's one eye blind. Interesting look. Oh, he's Kyrian. Yeah, he got wings. He got extra wings, dude. He got shoulder wings. He got them shoulder wings. He's got them wings things. There's a lot of wings. A lot of them. Blind onto the Bulk as he does go for a disarm onto Name. And looks like Name is looking for the reset. The images are not going to let him get a clean one. But he still might be able to get one if the Bulk does not get him in combat. He does not AoE. The images almost had him AoE'd. But he does get himself a re-stealth. Does have Shadow Blades, but he doesn't have anything else. The Bulk is called Chiron, is going to go for a massive defense immediately. Leg sweep onto Name, who does have a trinket. Bulk is going to go for weapons of warders. Zuwen is available, does have the jab that does move him next to the enemy. And the Fist of Furies are missing with that evasion. Trying to see if he can bail away from the Rogue. Still is going to have that weapons of warder for quite a while, though. That is a lot of mastery damage for him. And Name is looking for a bit of a reset away from the Monk, just trying to bail away. Not going to get a clean restealth. Maybe a Vanish might need to come out here. Is going to have to burn a Vanish, as the Bulk was doing a lot of that damage, though, dude. A lot of the weapons of order damage. The Bulk does not have a trinket. Name does. Name also has every cooldown available, so if he goes for like a full stun lock setup onto Bulk, he might actually be able to do something. Not like a Shadow Strike, but I mean, maybe he has enough damage, right? Maybe he has enough common points to make it happen. But in the opener, if he goes in for a setup into in cap immediately, trying to stop those rogues. Opener, kidney shot still comes out. Shadow Strikes are happening without Shadow Blades. It looks like Name does take him out, immediately porting out of there before Reactive catches him. He does not know who he's got up against, but he saw that the Rogue is in stealth. He knew the Rogue has to be running for him, so that's why he dipped to the other side of the pillar. He thinking the Rogue is just gonna beeline to him immediately. It's gonna be a bit of a Rogue duel, Rogue versus Rogue. Reactive from Darkspear playing that sub. So is Name. Difference in their builds, though. Reactive 2 dances of Shadow Dance, so he does have a little bit of advantage in that department. Name, only 1 Shadow Dance. Reactive, Smoke Bomb, so he does have the Smoke Bomb to create some line of sight. Name does not have Smoke Bomb at all. So I think it's about it that's different between their cooldowns. Or the only difference I noticed, Reactive isn't rolling cold blood. Or if he is, it's just not showing up. But I think he is not rolling cold blood at all. So I do wonder what he is playing instead. Maybe DFA? He's trying to make some DFA plays, make some flashy moves happen. Name chilling, so is Reactive, hanging out by the same eye. Does sap him. So Name gets the opener. He could force a lot out of Reactive. Both of them have trinkets. Both of them have blinds. Reactive has defenses while Name is getting his back very soon. Goes for a massive Shadow Strike. Whoo! Maybe that's why he's running one Towers of Dance. Literally one Shadow Strike, full damage into an Eviscerate. Just gone. Done. Wow. We were waiting all this time for this burst. That's what this rogue was trying to show us, dude. Maybe that's why he Shadow Strikes, is to get somebody super low. Maybe it's worth. Flash guy from Chupas, but it looked like he could not get sapped. So it looks like we are playing Marileth style Frost DK, where once he channels the ability, he cannot be CC'd. Name though does have advantage, does have a cloak. Chilpa's trying to get some damage happen. Big obliterate, splitting Name in half. Vanish coming out. Does still get a grip on him while he's in stealth. Cloak of Shadows is available. He knows he gripped the rogue for a second, or at least hopefully he knows he gripped the rogue for a minute. Name got super low for a second there, extremely low. Chilpa's though almost split that rogue in half. That one obliterate, dude, that just did the trick. Like, what is going on there? It was actually insane. He knows that Name is someone nearby. Should be able to Howling Blast him. Does hit him with a Frost Worm Fury. Kidney Shot comes out and Chilpa's take lots of damage from this Eviscerates and Shadow Strikes. But should be able to maybe get one good hit onto Name. Does go for evasion. He needs to stun him or something. He does not play a stun unless he goes for Immortal's Winter. Does get Immortal's Winter. He needs to grip the rogue next to him to get that stunner from Morseless. Or maybe just whittle him down with dots, which if the rogue catches a reset, he's not going to go down to dots. You just basically cannot let him catch a re-stealth. Name super low on health. And looks like that obliterate does get him at the end. The kidney shot goes through, but he still is surviving. At 69% dampening. Nice. But it looks like it's going to be Chilpa's trying to get a heal. But first hitting while his death pact is up. Not going to give him a lot of self heals. Is Boom going to be up next? Is Boom up next? Looks like it is Boom. Setting out the pets immediately onto Chilpa's with the Demon Doggos. Hidden drain life since he knows Chilpa's is going to be behind the line of sight, a pillar the whole time. Milord just summoning the bear over and over. Chilpa's going in for Lichborn as the Tyrant comes up. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. That's it. That was such high dampening, no cooldowns left. There's not much you can do in that case. But Name did go in with 4 kills. I am impressed by that rogue one shot. He just literally that rogue. Shadow Strike into Eviscerate. That's all it took him. Literally. Shadow Blades was used while there. And he almost got a decent setup where Chilpa's, but Chilpa's wasn't going to go down without a fight against the rogue. It was not just going to go down. I got hit by 11k Shadow Strike, 12k with Cold Blood. That is a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. Well then. It did go for like a full setup. Full burst. Does he press dance out of stealth and then Shadow Strike? Or how does it work actually? Because I think he's going for like for all in, dude. All in build. I approve. It was pretty good. It took him a couple tries with Chicago, but it is an elemental shaman. And there was like literally, he was just hitting him and he's just healing him. Like, that's my Shadow Strike. He heals. Like what are you supposed to do, right? Does DK know that Icebound removes stuns? Does Chill Pills, a guy that's riding around in a gladiator mount, a guy that's been in the duels like a billion times, the man, the myth, the legend himself, the 1v5 Frost DK champion through thick and thin, know that Icebound removes stuns? I would hope so, but maybe he doesn't. You never know, right? You never really know. I would hope so. I would hope so. Chill Pills, do you know you can remove stuns? What do I save this as, actually? Hold on. WoW. Oh, okay, 16-bit. Oh, okay, what is that? I hope so, but maybe not. I just want to demo lock people. Does Easy you ready? I think EU wants to play too, right? Where's EU? We're ready, I'll go last. Breeze ass and belly. That's where we do more. Because we do already have a 3-hour stream. Should we call it here? Or do we do more? Because I feel like I've... Wait, so many. That's what it is. We're just trying to add you, good sir. What speech is user real ID? What speech is real ID? Not just from my face and keyboard, as all Death Knights should. As all DKs should. TBC PvP is the best shit in my mind. Isn't PvP gearing in TBC like... Don't you have to raid more than BFA? Yeah, don't you have to raid more than you did in BFA? Or am I wrong about that? We'll see, right? Proxy, we'll see. Everybody says it's good, but then people say it's good, but then there's like posts of like, yeah, it's gonna be pretty atrocious. If you don't know the meta, if you like, when you played in TBC, it might have been a simple time. Current private server TBC, there's a lot of work that goes in on that apparently. So it's not gonna be the same TBC you guys know. At least prepare for that. It might not be. It might not be. Unless Blizzard does some changes when they make it only PvP gear can be used in PvP, then it will be good. But yo, boys, oh boy. I think you guys are you might feel like you know what you're expecting with TBC. But it might be a mirage or a happy dream. And I just letting you guys know, just be prepared in case the dream gets shattered. In case, because maybe it'll be great, maybe it won't be. But I've had too many contradicting statements to believe one or the other. That's all I'm saying. I need some tips for that rogue lol. Wrath TBC was the best PvP. Was it really? Wrath PvP. Oh, okay. That's definitely TBC. I said Wrath TBC was the best PvP. I don't know why. Go practice on Handhouse for TBC PvP. Is that a server name? I feel like would Blizzard? Does Blizzard even go out to private servers on TBC? I guess it's like right now people want to go to like find out what they would want to do because a lot of people have like their own private servers to test stuff on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Blizzard's still against private servers, but like what TBC launches, are they gonna crack down on them or what? I did wonder. Because I think a lot of people would be swapping to a retail TBC just because there'll be more people, right? Just the raw numbers of people. I mean, probably private servers are pretty popular. Like, I remember Nostarius was really popular. Today's EU, right? It's EU and NA. Today is EU and NA. That's why it started at 4 p.m., which is an hour before we normally start. Sorry I got hiccups, dude. I literally scarfed down a burger from Five Guys. By the way, Five Guys burgers are delicious. I don't know what it is, but the tomatoes are so sweet. I don't know what they do with them. But the whole burger, it's like, it's not like a McDonald's burger that's just been sitting on like a grill and like a heating thing. It looks like it's just been like, it looks like it's a burger you would have at like your homie's house, right? He just whips up some burgers at a grill, right? But he does them well. Not like it's a sloppy, you know, big fatty burger, but like it's so well done. It is so well done. If you guys have a Five Guys near you, try it once. Just try it once. Because there's Five Guys in DoorDash and damn, was it good. I want to kill Krager and Atheman. They're both EU, so unless we get like a beta for the new patch or you guys go in PTR, that's the only time I think you'll be able to do some. Why don't try PTR duels? I feel like there's not enough PTR changes that have been implemented. If there's enough major PTR changes, then I'm down for it. But most people don't know how to get PTR or don't have PTR. Down PTR, can I have people in Vivian Archives logged? I can explain. Can explain, but shouldn't. You don't gotta explain, I guess. Do I need to add you then? Or what? Come to Greece, I get traditional Mediterranean food. You'll never taste anything else. Fair enough. I never had like good Greek food. There was a Greek place, like a Greek church near where I live. And back in high school, one of the kids, a couple of the kids from school, they actually would go to this Greek festival, right? Where they do like these like Greek dances and they have Greek food. And apparently it's the best food you've ever had, dude. Apparently the best food you've ever had. I have a Peaches group right now. But the question is, do we do more duels? Because we did them for 3 hours. And we have a lot of duels. I'm trying to see how tired I am because I think I normally don't stream for like 3 hours. I guess sometimes we do stream for 3 hours, but here I try to stream as early as I could so we can get as many duels in. And I feel like this is the first time I've had a breather between duels. And now it's almost like difficult to crawl back in. You ever get that? Like when you go to the gym or something, you have to take off a few days and it's so difficult to get back in there. Or really anything, I guess, with anything. Do another duel, please. Is God here? Alright. For my boy DC, we can. We just did NA duels, right? Add Zoot. Okay. Let me add Zoot. Unless Zoot try to add me. I'm just gonna try to add Zoot, see if that works. If Zoot try to add me, we gotta get him. Did we just do NA or EU duels? I think it was just NA, so then we'd have to do EU, right? I think Krager is still ready. EU, who do we have? EU! What am I clapping? EU! Who do we have? Write me on Real ID on EU right now, real quick. If you're around. I want to see who's ready. Because Krager, Belly, Breezaz, Shadow, if any of you guys are around, we can get a duel going. I want to see who do we have. If no one's around EU, that's fine. It's 7. Usually we'll be called stream by then. Oh, God. Why did I flinch? Why did that scare me? Yo, can we get a hashtag DC? Why did that scare me? That felt like a that felt like a jump scare. That was real. Why? Why am I so jumpy? God damn. Yo, boys, hashtag DC for being a beauty. 20 bones right there. Is that Purple Haze? The man, the middle legend? With the guy in Purple Haze? Do we only literally have one team on EU? Looks like Breezaz is here, but no one else is here. Money are scared, pal, no worries. Why did I flinch? Also, did Zoots add me? Zoots, did I add you or do I need to look for you here? What am I doing? Do I need to add you or am I looking for you again? Hold on, I'm gonna try to see if I can find Zoots because it looks like we only have one team on the EU because so we might not be able to make an EU game, but NA might be available still. Although on the EU, oh Zoot, here we go. Gotcha. We can get Zoot in here versus no, we did EU duels. It's an 8 shirt. Smile. Okay, it looks like on EU we only got Breezaz here. Oh, you guys can see it. Okay, we only got Breezaz who responded back. Belly, Shadow, and Krager I think all left, so we might have to do it in an A duel today. Next. Zoot, okay, worked. Okay, do you have a 5-man? We got 5. Okay. 5 gamers and leaves Demo lock. I do want to get Boom in here. So Demo can play. But then there's Nike that also wants to play, but we also gotta get Zoot. I was thinking Zoot and Boom, because Boom never got to play. Most of the guys on Team Nike got to play, but I know he also wants to play too. We got Peach said he's lagging a bit. Okay, well, I'll give you like 30 seconds. If Peach is still lagging, we'll get Nike and Boom. Because if Peach is lagging, I wouldn't want him to have a bad time with it. Give him 30 seconds. That's fine. Okay, well, Nike at least being nice about it, so he can let some boys in. We also have a new person. Okay, well, now I gotta get Boom in here, but I also want to get Boom a chance to play the game. Like, Boom, just go first or something. Ready all in chat? Yeah, we're ready, boys. Hashtag disconnect. Well, hopefully it'll work out. Didn't work. What's yours? Yeah, I got you here. So hopefully, but you guys have 5, right? Zoot, let me know how many you have. If you have 5. Also, Zoot, what should I give you? You are Zoot from Discord, right? Or the Rogue Disc, right? Oh, there you are. Yeah. Okay. Zoot from Rogue Discord. I think that's good enough. I just like to add a note to everybody. Yeah. I get you. I just like to add a note so like when I'm looking through Real ID, because sometimes I just look at it. It's like, do I know anybody here? Or, like, did I add somebody? It's like I clean it up from time to time. Rated M for meta. Oh my god. Music evoke and combust. That's funny. Go full send? Alright, full send. You guys are ready, right? Zoot, you ready? Because we'll get you and him and Boom. I mean, he's a returning gamer from BFA, but in a new class. Yeah, that's fine, it's fine. No, EU? We asked EU and they had only 2 people ready. Or one group ready. So that we can't get 2 in there. Otherwise I would have done EU. That would want to scare you. I don't know why I flinched there. Like, I actually, like, I actually felt upset with myself. Like, why did I flinch just now? Like, what reason was there to flinch? What is wrong with me? Maybe it's a lack of sleep. But also, this week, I feel like I've been working every day of the week, dude. We've had 905 changes. I'm sorry for hitting the desk if you can hear it, but we had 905 changes, 9-1, BlizzCon, like so much 905 stuff. So much of it, like daily. And I feel like I've just been working and working and working and working. Tomorrow is my day off, and I'm probably going to have to work some more. Jesus. No opponent for us? Yeah, it doesn't look like there's another group on EU. Otherwise, I would have done it. I was, you know, just chilling there for a second. And we know what Warlock's going to use dots of the spells in PvE, TBC. Aren't dots bad? Like, I think Warlock's basically still just Shadow Bolt. Like, that's been a really, really strong build. Maybe in PvP you don't do other things, but I know there's a cap. I think they not remove debuff slots, but I think there's a bigger cap, so you can put dots. But I think there's other dots that are more important. I could be wrong. 20 Thomas, dude, it's for real. It's just something about the. I think it's the fact that it zooms into the face of the guy going. Like, it's just something about it makes you feel like it jumps at you. Maybe that's that. Okay, full send, Zoot, boom. I'm just wasting my time at this point. I'm wasting your time too. Let's get a duel up and running, boys. Probably gonna be the last one. We'll see how I'm feeling after this. Worst expansion ever? Draenor, WoD. In my opinion. BFA was pretty bad, but not as bad as WoD. I actually had fun with BFA in comparison to WoD. WoD actually was boring. Actually, every day with it was boring. One... Is that what you brought me? The one... The only? Is that what we were talking about? Because I saw one Warlock before, but I guess it's swapping, right? I don't mind him at all. Yeah, I'd say WoD. I'd say WoD. BFA actually was kind of fun. I had friends that played BFA, and like BFA was mildly like meme worthy. It's actually kind of cool. I don't know. WoD I'd say was worse. WoD when Combat Rogue was dominating, it was just so boring. BFA when Outlaw was terrible at everything, it was actually enjoyable, except for Mythic Pluses. It was still enjoyable expansion in my opinion. I still have fun with it. I think I saved that one, so we should be okay. Alrighty boys. Alrighty boys. Switch. We got ourselves team 2 with, we got ourselves Zoots as a, Ventier. We're looking at Outlaw? With Holy Storm, we also got ourselves Wargren in there. Oh no, not Blood Elf, he's a Void Elf. Monkey in here with Peachy. Hang out by the, we'll follow Wargren, boys. He knows where to go. Hang out by the stairs if you're not dueling. Be out of stealth unless you're dueling. Looks like Peachy is DC'd. Hopefully Peachy isn't lagging too bad. Who's going first up? Who's going last? It looks like BWM, which is Boom on his Warlock, is going to be first up. On his team, we got ourselves Holy Spruce. We got ourselves one. The only, how you doing, my man? We got ourselves name as well. We got ourselves Milord Paladin as a Necrolord. And who's gonna be first? Boom is kind of hanging out. He's like, you guys, who's first, who's last? I can't really tell. Is it Monkey? Monkey, my man. It looks like he is gonna be him. It looks like it is gonna be Boom versus Monk. And they're going to be okay, good to go. It looks like they're setting up, and I think they're supposed to have Peach or Worgen go first, but one of them is lagging, so that's okay. He's going to get the Vilefin with the Demon Dog is in there with a stun. Monkey is going to go for a human racial with a trinket. Zhu Wang getting used up as the images should be available. Yeah, images are up. Is that also, it looks like it is Weapons of Warrior. Everything got used, so Boom is looking to kite him around. Monk does go for a Diffuse Magic. That is going to be another stone with a new Felguard on top. We're trying to make a tyrant happen. Actually overshadowed maybe a little. Mighty J's Karma is going to use Karma. Boom is going to take some of the damage, but Monk is going to take a lot of it to the face. Is that good Karma? I think he's playing good Karma. Going to be another pet coming up. Is that the, he died really quickly. I don't even... There's the one that does the AoE slice, fell Lord, but he just died so quick. Boom, trying to see if he can get the hell out of there as a Night Fae. Getting him with an Incap, a Monk. Gonna get ported on, as Boom does get himself a setup next to the pillar. Monk doesn't have a lot of defenses, really. If the pets can reconnect, those Demon Doggers do charge at him. The Felguard does get to connect, putting up a debuff on him with a Mortal Strike. If you can go for a stun to interrupt him on Veil Fight too, that will also be pretty good. Vilefin joining that fight down behind the pillar. Trying to see if he can get himself a big old spit onto Monk. Sun to follow. I think this pet should be able to take him out. The Demon Doggers jump in and boom, taking him out. Wargren up next, gonna have himself a big setup as a Survival Hunter. Resonating arrow, stun to Boom. Still isn't a resonating shot. The Eagles go flying. Could harpoon in there. Actually doesn't even need to kill shot, and not much you can really do from there. One gonna be up next. It is a little bit sad that you know, just got caught out without a lot of defenses, really, with Wargun having a massive good position. That trinket, or lack thereof, for that stun was pretty deadly. But hey, at least the rest of the team gets to play with Boom going down. Also, I think this is one of Boom's least geared characters too, so not much you could really do about it. Wargun getting hit with a slow Zuen, trying to make some damage happen. Incap does not last long as Zuen is doing some damage to the Hunter. Does not worry about defenses or CC at all. Oh, Wargun going for a harpoon on one of the allies of one. That's a little weird. That is an interesting mobility. I don't know if we like that. I don't know if it should be part of allowed gameplay or not. But that is interesting. Freezing trap onto one. He does not have a trinket anymore, so Wargren should be able to get himself a bit of a reset port available on the other side of Wargren. So one does have pretty good mobility. Resonating shot coming out. That's going to be a resonating air coming out. That's going to be one trying to see if he can deal with the damage into a stun. Still taking lots of damage from the wall. Looks like Wargren taking him out without even having to look at the guy. Only in Shadowlands do we have this weird mechanics of seeing through the wall, and that's going to be Name up next. Trying to see if we can take out Wargun. Trinkets out of it, hoping to get that kill. We're going to think lagging even a little bit, but Name was not going to let him out of there. He was going to make sure to actually play the game, which allows Team 2 to also play the game, gives them the opportunity. Holy Storm going to be up next as a Retribution Paladin versus Name. We'll see if a Red Paladin can beat a Sub-Rogue. Did just use some cooldowns for Wargren. Shadow Blade still available. Did also Trinkets, so if Holy Storm have himself a good setup with a Hodge, full burst, no Trinket, could one-shot the Rogue. We can allow it once. It was a cool move. I am going to say that Harpoon was kind of a cool move. Like, out of defenses, Harpoon to an ally of the other team to try to get mobility. But I could totally see somebody who might be super... Oh, big chunk coming out for Holy Storm. Hodge immediately onto Name. Just going in full damage in it. Just going in raw with the wings. But looks like Name is going to go for a blind and a bit of reset. Holy Storm did pop a trinket there. Playing the Relentless, so stuns are not going to last long on him at all. Going to be Name... What just happened? What? He got a restart, just came in with an eviscerate. Just took him out. His name not playing Mark for Death, by the way. I think his might not be Mark for Death. I think it's full deeper strat, maybe. What? Wow. That was quick. Zoot's going to be up next as an Outlaw Rogue versus a Sub-Rogue. We'll see how well Outlaw can compete, because I feel like Outlaw, it does have a hard time with Sub if the Sub gets the opener. But if the Sub does not get the opener, between gouges, disarms, and the consistent damage, and as long as you just don't let the Rogue catch a re-stealth at all, like, you actually can 1v1 a Sub-Rogue, but it's just difficult. Name does have a trigger coming up, no blind though, so Zeus will have that as an advantage. He will have blind for the resets, if he finds Name first. If Name finds him, well, that's gonna be bad. And Name picked up the eye, cannot catch a restyle, but you should see Zeus from a mile away. He should be able to shadow step him, cheap shot immediately, getting that opener. Zeus trinkets out of a killing spree, hard to find him. That's going to be Zeus taking lots of damage. Trinket has been used by Zeus. I'm not really sure when or where. Does a plunder armor for Name. Evasion, does he have that available? Evasion is getting used, getting shot onto Name, trying to make the pistol shots work, but I think he might be out of juice here. And down he goes. He did have a Void Elf Racial already going off to the side, but that was Name taking that, taking the damage, taking the eyes, and taking the initiative to get the cheap shot first. Force trinkets out of the other Rogue, do the damage right then and there. So that's probably good. He didn't have he had a trinket coming up too, so he probably thought, you know what, I can maybe get a reset on him. So next up is going to be Peachy. Peachy there? Okay, they are moving, but I don't know if they're lagging or not, because they were lagging earlier. So we'll see if Name is able to get after Peachy, trying to make those shadow strikes work inside of that dance. Is he playing deeper strat? Or is he Mark for Death? It's so hard to tell. Blind on the Peachy wall. Name does have full cooldowns available. Looking for a bit of the reset. Gonna get a sap on the Peachy. So could open up with a kidney shot next if he wanted to. But I don't know if he actually will. Just because I feel like he needs to get Shadow Dance back anyway. Shadow Strike coming up is just trying to get himself some calm points to use in order to rotate defenses. Big cooldowns coming out for Peachy. Use the mobility to try to see if he can get himself a reset. Peachy is going to go for a regrowth. That was full Celestial Army getting used. Does he get sapped up though? Trying to see if he can catch the Rogue. Does go for a Bear Roar with Thrashes. It looks like he's just going to have to wait out until the Rogue catches him in another sap. But sitting in bear form is going to be helpful because he knows the Rogue is nearby. He knows the Rogue is literally on top of him. I mean, if that sap doesn't give it away, what can you really do? Into a Shadow Strike, Kidney Shot available for name, trying to make some damage happen here. No Shadow Blades being used for these Shadow Strike spam. And then he's going to get a defensive out of Peachy as he dips down low in wall, in health. He does get a free Frenzy regen. So it does help him out a ton. Name just waiting now, chilling, hanging out with Peachy as he's looking at the eye. He's looking to pick up the eye to maybe see the rogue, but Name is chilling on the other side, seeing Peachy walking him from the eye. Has no problem walking next to him. Peachy does pop in himself for a second. If Name could catch him out of cat form, or out of bear form, it would be huge. Walking next to him, maybe he could. Peachy could pop in a bear form immediately and just go for a roar or a thrash. It looks like Peachy is going to go into cat form and maybe get some cooldowns back. He does have renewal coming back very, very soon. So might be okay with renewal a little bit later. Name hanging out by the eye, scouting it in case the druid is there. Peachy on the other side, just kind of roaming the arena. And out in the bear form, out in the open. Name at least now has the eyes of his target, on his target. Is he gonna get knocked out of here, or is he safe in here? Oh, he does get knocked out. Okay. The noise that it creates. Trying to make the Shadow Strikes happen here. Does it go for a Kidney Shot? Kidney Shot, the Bark Skin does come out. Peachy does look like to go for a self-heal in between all the Kidney Shots. And maybe that second heal should come out. The emergency heal doesn't come out. I think emergency heal is... it's up. There it goes. Peachy trying to make some damage happen by getting the dots, rolling with the Name. Cloak of Shadows denying the dot damage and the massive beam in the sky damage. Bash on the Name, he does have a trinket if necessary. Blind on the Peachy could trinket. It does choose to trinket. So Name just needs to get a stun into Peachy outside of bear form and he'll have him in a good spot. Disarm onto Name for a second. Does have a trinket to maybe get out of it. Waiting out. Shadow Step, Kidney Shot, and Peachy is out of form. I think could be, oh, big eviscerate there. Name taking him out. It's taking names. He made a name for himself, literally. That's a 4-0. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. But the sub rogue, not bad at all. Rip one-shotted? Yeah, it's a little... One-shots, dude, are huge. Yeah, I think that guy is playing the deeper strat build. I think he is playing it. He's really just trying to, like, squeeze the Kidney Shots out as much as he can. That is really well. He does have to delay his burst, so he does put him in a bad situation sometimes because he Shadow Strikes instead of cheap shots. And it makes sense because, like, you want to full Kidney Shot on enemies and then try to do as much damage as you can. It is rough. It is definitely rough. I wonder if Shadowy Duel would help, because that's basically like an extra dance charge. Like you would cheap shot somebody, Shadowy Duel, Symbols of Death to regenerate that energy, and then go for the full setup. That's tough. That's hard to beat. One more? Boys, boys, boys. TY kind sir, yo, my man DC. Just for you, my guy. Just for you. I do enjoy these duels though a lot. But my voice is getting hoarse, boys. Next time I'll try again and pull out the opener. Disarm, like the earlier you can disarm the rogue, the better. But like if you see him rushing at you, he has a shadow step. Like he has the advantage. So I feel like this is where you go behind the pillar, maybe see if you can sap on him. But he just charged it, dude. He was like, I'm gonna find this rogue, I'm gonna shadow step, get the opener. Unless you like grapple at him, and then you can just kind of be a flying missile before he realizes where you are with the shadow step. But if he doesn't have it targeted already, but he doesn't realize you're just flying at him, sap him, you'll get the opener. But it's tough for sure. But with the disarm and gouge, yeah, as long as a rogue, sub rogue doesn't get the opener on you, like it's tough for outlaw though. But it's doable. What do you think is more fun, better, Shadow Priest or Mage? I don't have either one at max level. But if I had to decide, it's hard without having one at max level. I do want to get them both up and running, but I think I'm working on Warlock for now though. I'm gonna get the Warlock up as soon as possible. I might even be able to hit level 60 tonight if I really grind the dungeons on my lock. That'd be fun. I didn't even notice he popped out of stealth until I hit. Yeah, it was kind of... Yeah. It's just... Because he picked up the eye and then just sprinted and then he just saw you and then shadow steps, shadow dance. He just reacted fast. He went aggressive, dude. He picked up the eye, sprinted. He was like, okay, I'm gonna find him, targeted you, and then he saw you, sprinted right at you, and that was it. He's playing Deeper Strat? He is playing Deeper Strat, so that's confirmed. Okay, because I didn't say Mark for Death. I was thinking play Mark for Death for some reason. But Deeper Strat is definitely an interesting one. I've been playing with that a little bit, literally a little bit. But the damage for Eviscerate seems like kind of nice. Like it seems cool because you can do the all-in strat, right? You can get the big Eviscerates. And with a Vanished Lego, like that's 100% crit, so that's a lot of damies. It just seems like a lot of hits. I mean, you can hit for 10k. And then on top of it, that's just your physical damage of 10k. Then you also have the Shadow Strike that follows, like 50% more. So it could be like 15k Eviscerate. And this is really good. It's a little bit cheesy, and I feel like it can get shut down easily, but in a pure 1v1, where it's just you and the other person, there's not much they can really do, as long as you're like careful. But if you're like in 2v2, that's another character that can just like stun you, gouge you, roar you, poly you, root you, whatever it is, right? Like, there's so much shutdown that people can do. Like, if they know you're playing that all-in build, because with the rogue, it's like, okay, stop his opener, and we win, for the most part, right? Stop his opener, and we win. But it's a really fun one, though. Like, if you like just big bursts at a sub, and you just want to have that, like, ungodly amount of damage in the opener, which most people love, like, it's super fun. Definitely enjoyable. Anyway, boys, we gotta call it there. Thank you guys so much for coming by. This was a weird stream. It was a little bit different because we had EU and NA playing at the same time. I was expecting for those to be just completely awful, but it worked out pretty well. Is there more messages on EU? God forbid if you guys got more groups. Good night, mate. Alright, thank you so much. Appreciate you coming by, man. That was a weird one. There's a lot going on in this stream. Lots of things going on, but yeah, the fact that we actually could do both EU and NA was weird. I still want to keep EU Friday, Saturday, NA. I feel like it ends up playing better that way, playing out better in my opinion that way. But thank you guys so much for coming by. I really do appreciate you guys for joining. It was enjoyable. I had fun with you guys. I had a lot of fun. I'm trying to fix my stuff because every time I do the duels thing, I do have to fix my UI every single time. So I'm trying to do that right now, actually, in the background. But thank you guys so much for joining. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I had a lot of fun with all of you. And yeah, thank you so much. Tomorrow is Sunday, so it's my day off. We'll come back Monday, probably do some All-Star before the Tuesday reset. And Tuesday reset, we got even more chests to open. So hopefully by Tuesday, we might even have a Warlock. And if I can get a Warlock through a couple of keys, we can have a Warlock as another alt for us to get stuff to do. And I'll probably play Demonology on that guy. Necrolord Demonology, make fun Legos and make fun builds. Probably make the meta builds that everybody plays. And then maybe try some fun things like once the upgrades come on 905. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming by. Thank you all so much for watching. You guys are beautiful. Super fun hanging out with all of you. And I'll see all of you guys in another stream. Yeah? Alrighty, boys. Take it easy. I'll see all of you next time. Alrighty, boys. Alrighty. Peace.